Hello, Kazjim here, and we are here with Cities in a Snap. Kazjim here, and we are here with Cities in a Snap. There we go. Go ahead and pause that. My bad. There we go. We're good now. So how is everyone doing? Is everyone ready to start this event? Hi guys, what's up elves? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. We got an Ignis, we got an MVA. We've got a Papa Norse. That's right, it's finally here. It is finally here. Gaz, will you do it for us today? No, I probably won't. Well, maybe. Who knows? Good evening. What is up, Vince? We got a Kerrigan. We've got a Morphus, of course. We've got all these folks in here. Let me go ahead and pull up my main screen here. My screen for this event is kind of wonky, but you know what? I'm okay with it. Friends, yes, friends indeed. We're all friends here. We have spoken to our contestants. We have gotten them all in their isolation chambers, and we are getting ready to go. So, what does everyone think? What do we think of the matchup? We've got... Let's see. Let's go ahead and just dive. Let's just look at it really quick. Let's look at who we've got. We've got... Kiki85, Veify, Tycoonster, and Too Legit City. Several very interesting humans to watch. I can't wait. I think this is going to be a great event. I think this is going to be a good matchup. Definitely a good matchup. Hi there all. What's up, Captain Obvious? Looks like our contestants are filing in there. What is up indeed? Looks like Tycoonster is already in and taking a look at the map. That's good. That's good. It'll be a good match. I think it will too. I think we've got 4 humans that are you know, pretty equally balanced. I think they all have good things to offer, and I think that they're all going to be really interesting to watch. Well, of course we're going to wait for them. We aren't starting yet. We have not started yet, folks. We don't start for another almost 10 minutes. Gaz giving Kiki some good luck, of course. Tycoonster's getting the scope of the map. Because remember, they are allowed to unlock tiles and do all that stuff. They just cannot build a single thing, lay a single road, etc. This map, I need to go ahead and make that a thing, don't I? Brainless. Nope, never mind. I can do it. That's fine. Because I need to actually find the link really quick. One quick moment. If I pull up over here, I believe is the map. Nope, that's not it. Sorry, I've got like 18 Steam links up right now. Because we actually had a few people that submitted to me via private messages that, we had some pretty good submissions, but I liked this one the best. So let me go ahead and edit map. Whatever. That's the map link. What is up? There we go. We got it. How are you doing, Car Lover? What's up, Eclipse Chris? Hope everyone's having a beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful day. And also, we've got some extra scenes set up. So you'll note, like if we use Tycoonster here as an example, we sit there, stare at him, and then we can also see what chat thinks at the same time. Playing with some different layouts here. And do let us know what you want, what you like as far as the layouts, what you think works, what you think doesn't. So we still got some time to go. It's Tycoonster sitting there strategizing. Yeah, I got some extra scenes here. And the timer up in the top right, obviously. Doing good. Stu Energy, what's up, my friend? How are you? Good luck, everyone, indeed. And it looks like Veify is coming online. And so is Too Legit City. Nice. Everyone's getting on. Everyone's getting ready to go. And we've got a Maestro. Is that the map I think it is? I don't know. Is it? Comrade, what's up? You're good. Nice. But the chat is not necessary. We can see it on the right. Right, but keep in mind, Vince, not everyone actually has chat open. Some people actually just have this open, like, full screen, wherever they are. So it's an option I want to explore with. And do leave your feedback. And folks, remember, if you're wanting to vote, you need to be able to hop into that Discord channel, because that Discord is how you will figure out stuff. That Discord is where you will actually be participating in a vote later on. So do head on over there. Yes, use that Discord command. Elves being a saint of a moderator. Looks like Veify and 2Legit are in their starting screens. That's good. Well, judging by the map that is on the link, then it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But then you don't chat. Oh, that's also true, Vince. Just trying some different things. Oh, Gigi getting a quick snack before he gets started. A wise choice. Tycoon is just rebooting. Interesting. A full dinner is more like it. No, I mean, you gotta get your energy up. You gotta build a city in a snap. Pasta is good for a match. Yes. Pasta is pro food for a match, indeed. That was a very good call. We're gonna pull this window over to here. And then we're going to get... Is this the tab I want? I think it is. Yes, it is. There we go. Let's see here. We want to go there. And we'll pull this on over. There we go. Cities on a Snap, sponsored by caffeine. Archduke Melon, how are you doing, my friend? All right, I think Tycoonster enabled or disabled a mod, and that's why he was reloading. He probably used the unlock all mod. We're not going to just start arbitrarily. We're going to make sure that everyone is ready to go. Hi, what's up, Master Tom? How are you doing? And remember, folks, we're going to be having a couple giveaways today on the channel. And the winner will also have something to give away. Sponsored by Paradox. They've been kind enough to give us some keys, so we're going to, of course, spread the love throughout the event. It's going to be great. Doing fantastic. Thank you very much. I am glad. Thank you for the follow there, Mahler Painter. Really means a lot, my friend. Really does mean a lot. Kiki, chew your food. I know, right? He needs to chew his food. And there we go. Thank you for the follow there, Comrade Pite. And thank you for the follow there, Zaranyan. Is that Zaranyan? I believe that is. We are getting ready to go here. Oh, Tycoonster looks like he is... Oh, yeah, he's getting ready. And we've got Veify on. Good, good. Thank you for following the Bearded 97. Really means a lot. So Zaranya, nice, I got it right. Slay, what is up? Participant from last week. Can we get a quick shout out for the 4 participants? There we go. Brainless, would you mind running a shout out for each of the 4 marvelous participants we have? Slay Squad is here. Nice. Glad to see the Slay Squad reporting in. Also, I actually live in Riga, so it's going to be interesting what they're going to do with my hometown. Is it now? That'll be interesting. Papa Norris with the meteors. Meteors are always welcome. Hey, Cassie, what's up, Slay E? You already end with a Y. Bread. Yes. And what's up, Phoenix? We've got the Phoenix. We've got the goods. And remember, if you're a timekeeper for one of our participants, be sure that you are at the ready to go, so that whenever I decided it's time, we will start. And I am going to wait to make sure until I know that, for instance, 2Legit is already in, because I see that 3 of them are already in. Want to make sure 2Legit gets in. Hello, what's up, Master Tom? There we go. Quick shout out for the 4 participants. Folks, these 4 participants are competing. Be sure to spread the love to them as well. Show them that you care. And be sure to let them know that they are going to do awesome work here. see B over on Too Legit. I am glad. I like his stream starting screen. I've always liked it. It's simple. It's really simple. So, folks, what do you think of the matchup today? We've got Kiggy85 versus Veify versus Tycoonster versus Too Legit City. I think it's going to be a good matchup, for sure. I'm going to go and follow all of them at the same time if you want. Should be. Giga's OBS has crashed. Oh, no. So it looks like we'll have a slight delay in starting. That's not a problem, though. Not a problem. I was about to say either his OBS crashed or he looks really, really interested. There we go. So, yes, this should be a good match. I want to see Tycoonster winning. Interesting. I want to see someone win. We're going to have a good... I think it's going to be a good match, regardless. There we go. We've got someone rooting for Vey, of course. We've got people rooting for each person. That's good. Everyone's brought their support, and that's what's important here. Oh, Too Legit is getting in game. Huzzah. You're a fan of all four. I know, Maestro makes it rough. He was reading something. Yes, he's been reading something this entire way. Brits all the way. Oh my goodness, I just realized. Yeah, we've got a couple of those in here, don't we? Up top there. They're taking over the top half of the screen today. Kiggy is a master of the statue game, I'm sure. There we go. All right, so once they are ready to go, we will be good. So moderators, will you let me know once your human is ready? Never seen Tycoonster, so this should be interesting. I know, right? Alive? All right. Kiggy is a master of the statue game, obviously. We'll be starting here in just a moment, folks. In just a moment, I'm going to pull up my timer here. There we go. And there's our little timer that we're going to be using up there. Mod here for Veify. Awesome, Archduke. So, is Veify ready? Kiggy's CS is stuck. So, we're waiting on Kiggy. We've got Too Legit kind of scoping things out. That's good. All right, make sure everyone knows to hold. We're starting a minute or two late here. We're waiting for Kiggy to get back in. So Vey is ready, okay. I will trust that DC is timing for Vey then. They know. Aw, there you go. Legit is ready, okay. And Tycoonster is ready, so now we're just waiting on Kiggy. Nice. All right. Multitasking, listening. Yes, it's definitely rough to do it, but worthwhile. I know that each of these humans is going to love having you in their chat. We can see that Tycoonster, Veify, and Too Legit are all sitting there staring at the map. They're trying to scope things out. We believe in Kiggy's city skylines. You're okay, Kiggy. We've got you. We believe. Even Morphus believes. It looks like we'll be getting in there. There we go. He has a Colossal Order logo. Good. Kiggy City Skylines, not SimCity. Oh, that's what he did. He loaded the wrong game. Who knew? Kiggy's so small. Yeah, his camera is a little smaller. Interesting. That's fine. Tycoonster's just like a giant, and Veify is just normal. It's fine. And Too Legit is invisible. Did you know that Too Legit is invisible? Alrighty. And, alright, Kiggy is getting in, and pretty much as soon as Kiggy is in, we're going to get started, so be ready, folks. Be ready. Thank you, Laszlo. Too Legit equals Illuminati, maybe. Who knows? No face cam mode. Dun dun dun, I know. We believe in you, Kiggy, less than... And, oh, wow. Morphus! It's funny as heck that you said that, though. For those wondering, no, I will not be accompanied today. Today, this is, I am Kazdem, and I am flying solo. He's not invisible. He's a green-skinned alien. Obviously, he just blends in. Potato PC. That's fine, Kiggy. You'll get there soon. If we reach the 5 after mark, Kiggy, what we're probably going to do is just start, and then you will have just a slight disadvantage is what we'll do. I think that will be the fair way to go. So I think starting more than 5 minutes late will be a little bit wonky. There we go. Not invisible, legit even, yes. Can we get some hype in chat for getting ready to start? Get the hype rolling, folks. We're ready. We're about there. Get that hype rolling. Rain the emotes of whoever you want. Any of these participants. There we go. Get that hype rolling. Cities in a Snap. February qualifiers number 2 with giveaway sponsored by Paradox. Featuring Kiggy85, Veify, Tycoonster, and 2 Legit City. I want to thank everyone who has participated in the past. I want to thank everyone, and I want to lay a quick shout out to Lemon Pops, the creator of this event. He created this event about a year ago, and it is now growing, and we are definitely going to see this event go some cool places, I think. So quick hype for all of those names that we've mentioned. And also for the moderators of the Cities in a Snapchat and for each of the individual channels. Get the hype rolling, folks. Get it rolling. There we go. We've got the Lemon Pops love, of course. We got to get that lemon love. We've got some nice cupcakes there. Whoop, whoop. Yes. Go, yes, go Elves. Exactly. Elves is that one on the right there. Like just off screen, you know? Can we get this rolling, folks? All right, folks, we have reached the 5 after, so Kiggy will have a slight disadvantage, and we are going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. And Season Snap is now rolling, folks. There we go. Wait until we actually see activity. There we go. There we go. All right, we're going. We've got the first roads in from 2 Legit City. He is the first one to lay a road. Veify quickly behind him. Tycoonster cycling through a handful of intersections. 2 Legit City doing a little bit of pre-planning, it looks like, down there. Because 2 Legit City does this, and it's actually quite good. He actually uses dirt paths to sit there and plan out where he wants things to be. And I think that's a great strategy, particularly whenever you're playing a mostly vanilla game like he does. Kiggy is loading in. Yeah, he's going to start with a slight disadvantage. But that is the game. There we go. Oh, I hope his PC doesn't crash again. It seems like each time we seem to have one person. And over there, Tycoonster laying out a nice highway around there. Ooh, we've got to introduce that guy to the Parallel Roads mod. Would have made that job a lot easier. And 2 Legit doing some quick planning here. 2 Legit is really good at doing all of these just road layouts. I absolutely love watching him do roads. What is up, Yed? How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Get the J-Jam Gym love. The reigning champion. Can we get a shout out for the reigning champion as well? And remember, folks, the winner of today's event will go on next week to face off against the reigning champion J-Jam Gym, last week's winner So Ever Dream, and Imperial Jedi in the final for March. There we go. Thank you for that shout out for Jim. Get a quick shout out rolling for Imperial Jedi as well. 2 Legit is fast. He must have had 3 monsters. Oh my goodness, yes. He does roads so fast. Like, I can imagine he's just a million miles an hour right now in his head. There we go. Kiggy is getting back into the game. We gave him 5 minutes to get his stuff recovered. And so he is now operating at a bit of a disadvantage. And we'll see how that plays out. Let's take a quick look at how 2 Legit is doing down here. I mean, check that out. We've got a lot of nice quick roads being placed. We've got, yeah, look at that. I mean, that's beautiful. And he knows these measurements, too. I kind of know these measurements, but nothing like what 2 Legit does. It's absolutely legend. Been up all night preparing, obviously. Obviously. I love how Too Legit creates perfect roads. Yes, he does. And that's the thing. He creates absolutely perfect and beautiful roads, and it's just all the practice, really. I mean, look at that. I can't do that. I legitimately can't do that. If you watch me play cities, I can't do that. Like, I just can't. Oh, Lycos did it. Solves Lycos. Yep. Lycos beat you to it, DC. There we go. So let's see how others are doing. Let's check in on Veify. Oh, he's going the plopping route instantly. Interesting. I like that. I really do. And it looks like he's doing some standard residential. So maybe what he's doing is trying to use those as anchor points for the rest of the area. Interesting. I think that could turn out pretty well. What do you folks think? Need to practice so much more if you want to participate. Anyone can participate, folks. And remember, if you want to participate in the future, spots are filling up fast. March is nearing full. April is starting to fill. And we've even got a couple lined up for May and June right now. So if you want to participate, be sure to use that register link. And then you will get an email whether or not you're participating before the end of the month prior. There we go. There we go. He's too legit, and Kaz is not legit enough. Wow. Thank you for that. I knew that. Oh, wait. Nope. Get that register link going. All right, let's see how Tycoonster's rolling. So Tycoonster he's focusing on his highways early on. Oh, he's doing a single point urban interchange. Nice. I love a good single point urban interchange. You would if you had a good PC. Well, hey, you know, this is going to be going for a good long while. So you'll be able to get in at some point. Because again, this is everyone's event. Anyone can register to participate. And it looks like he's doing a single point urban interchange, and then it looks like I'm trying to figure out what he's doing here. He may have just made a mistake there. He may be trying to lower that. I'm not sure. He might be trying to raise that. Oh, maybe he's doing a sunken highway. That could be actually really interesting. Will it be happening by next Christmas? I don't know. Maybe. If people continue to like the event, then we will continue to cast the event. That is the way that we will roll. And then back on Veify, he's getting a power plant in, and he's getting his basic waterworks in. Very smart, very smart. And he's using the invisible power nodes. I'm not a big fan of that mod, but a lot of people use these. A lot of people do. Poor Kiki. Kiki will get in there. I know Kiki. He's a go-get-him. He will get it done. That's what he does best, folks. Can we get some love for Kiggy down in chat so we can get some good thoughts rolling over to him as he tries to get in and recover that lost time? And then Tycoonster, yeah, it looks like he might be going. Yep, going for a sunken highway. Called it. Definitely called it. And he's using the key method to sit there and encase it. That's really quite nice. Or use remove needs mod. That is another strategy. Keep in mind, this is completely open to whatever people want it to be. You can use however many or however few mods and assets that you want to use. The only real restriction is your imagination. And of course, we might end up doing some themed things in the future, such as we may be doing a console players only version at some point. We've actually considered that, and it seems like the console community is going quite strong, so we may end up doing that at some point. There we go, monthly final with weekly qualifiers. Yes! It happens every week right now, Master Tom. 3 weeks of qualifiers and one final. The final is next week. The winner of this week will go on to face the winner of last week, who is So Everdream, as well as Imperial Jedi and the reigning champion, JJM Jim. There we go, and then we've got this flowing in pretty nicely from Too Legit. It looks like what he's doing is just a lot of pre-planning, and that's good. Too Legit really shines when he does a nice pre-plan. It looks like he's working with the terrain a bit, too. That's nice to see. Nice to see. And then I'm curious. I mean, I'm a little worried about how little it seems that Too Legit has done, but knowing him, he has a grand plan. Like, he's trying to lay out the perfect setup for this is what he's trying to do. Because if anyone's watched Too Legit stream, he sits there and takes as much time as possible to plan his attack, and then he just follows straight through. Are there any other factors taken into account? Traffic, city pop, mass transit, detailing. So, the rubric, which I will pull up for you folks now, if I can grab a labbit over here. Here we go. This is a loose rubric. This is by no means final, but in the future, this is what we're going to be leaning towards. So if we go to... hang on, let me go ahead and go to desktop version right here. This is the loose rubric that we are going to be working with. And I will go ahead and make that available to our moderators. You can go ahead and screenshot that if you want. And then let's see here. I will go ahead and make that. In fact, I think it's available in the Discord. So if you're over in the Discord, see if it's available over there. If not, then I will make it available throughout this event, because I want it to be available to everyone. Well, Intercity Highway would be fantastic. I know, right? But the factors that we are taking into account, just so that everyone is aware, is we are taking into account beautification, city size, population, uniqueness, details, theme, if applicable. And yeah, those are kind of the building blocks of what we want to do. And this will be evolving and changing over time. So do keep that in mind. Really do keep that in mind. There we go. Let's see if we can pull that to the side. My apologies. Tycoon Series. No, that was just an Amazon pre-roll ad. Nothing to see here. Intercity Highway would be fantastic. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what he's going for down there. I think he's going for a nice inner city feel. And it looks like we're coming up on the 10-minute mark. And it looks like, oh, Kigi will probably be at about a 10-minute disadvantage. We may give him 5 minutes at the end, but that is something we will determine as a group as we progress forward. And again, please stick around, folks, because here soon we're going to be opening up the first giveaway of the day, sponsored by Paradox, a game key for a City Skylines DLC. There we go. So we're going to be looking forward to that here pretty soon. We'll probably open that up at roughly 30 minutes in. So be looking forward to that. So in about 15 minutes-ish, 20 minutes, we'll be getting ready to do that. Thank you for the follow there, Pop. That really means a lot. Supporting the Season Snap event really does mean a lot, my friend. So let's take a look at what Veify is doing here. It looks like he's doing a little bit of... What is he doing? An underground rail. Oh, okay. So he's trying to work with the rails and keep it non-intersecting. That's interesting. And then over here, if we look at Too Legit, he's actually embraced the rail to where it goes over his highway. Very interesting. And look at this intricate road work here. Definitely enjoy it. Gotta go. Well, see you soon, Master Time. I hope you'll stop back by. Kiki can do it. Kiki can do it. There we go. I think this looks pretty good. Can I get the proper rules for participation? Just read the C's Discord, and it is needed. There we go. Let's see if we can pull this in. And actually, that's going to be made available to everyone. The participants thing is something else. There we go. Actually, DC, could you possibly copy the rules over to the general area of the Discord or announcements somewhere in there to where it's open to everyone that isn't a participant? Thank you very much. All right, and it looks like Tycoonster has a lot of roads laid out now. Let's see what he's doing here. Wow, it looks like he might be going for a waterfront downtown type build because he's got kind of a big grid. He's got a lot of highway infrastructure around it, and it definitely looks, yeah, looks like he's going to embrace the waterfront a little bit. You know, it would be really good if he did. Yep, he's doing oh, come on, is he going to do it? I don't want to jinx it. Is he going to do it? Yes, he is. He's going for a little boardwalk going up that little peninsula. That is brilliant. That little breakwater, that is a brilliant move. Absolutely brilliant. I'll try to understand what Too Legit is going to try to make out of this. I imagine it's going to be something amazing that none of us have thought of, because all these folks are quite talented, keep in mind, and they all think differently. That's the other thing that makes this matchup interesting. And then over here, Veify is in here, and it looks like he's joining up the highway. Yeah, he's turning it into a 6-lane. I like that set of roads that he's using. Oh, no, he's not using it. I thought he was using the U.S. roads. And it looks like now he is going to work on connecting into his build that he already has. That is interesting. So he's kind of building from two sides, and he's going to meet them in the middle. That'll really be interesting. And I can see that with Tycoonster. Harbors, I can definitely see him succeeding with that. And it looks like he's trying to find a good way to connect those. I'm curious, is he just going to have them meet separately? Or, oh, yep, he's going to join them right in the middle. Now, here's the question. Will he or will he not roundabout? That's the real question. That is really the question. Kigi is in. Kigi is in! Nice! Let's see Kigi's first moments here as he looks at the map. Now, granted, he's seen the map a little bit, because he did manage to see the map before he had OBS crash. That's good. So it looks like he's just going to be going straight in, and he is at a 12-minute disadvantage at this point. That is really that's gonna go far, I think, and I really want to see him go past that. We've seen people recover from delays in the past, so let's see if that pays off. Can we get some support and some hype in chat for these amazing, absolutely amazing builders? I mean, look at that. Kigi is already flying. He's not even letting that affect him. He's not. And oh my goodness, he's using left-hand traffic. That is really going to confuse me, folks. Not going to lie. Get that hype in chat. There we go. And then it looks like Veify is doing a little waterworks area up there. That's interesting. I've really started falling in love with waterworks because I feel like that's something that will be a really nice addition to the game. Just being able to actually purify your, we'll just say the poopy water, instead of just dumping it. I feel like that's something that's missing from the game and something that would be a very welcome addition. Thank you for the follow there, NC Coretto. Really means a lot. The Bearded, yes. Can we go ahead and get shout-outs for the other participants as well, Brainless? There we go. Go ahead and just spread the love. Folks, these participants are doing a wonderful job thus far, and I just can't wait to see where this event goes for them. And we've already got 4 very distinct things. Looks like Tycoonster and Too Legit are really focusing on roads right now. And it looks like Kigi, I'm not quite sure what he's doing yet, but knowing him, he's probably going to try a balanced approach, is what I would imagine he needs right now. Because right now he can't afford to waste any time. Whereas everyone else here has a little bit of leeway, he has none. Because that 12 minutes is going to come back to haunt him. Go Veify, indeed. Go all 4 of these humans. There we go. We've got the shout out for Tycoonster, Kigi, Veify. And then here comes one for Too Legit City, I bet. There we go. And let's see here. We've also, it looks, yeah, he is definitely doing a waterworks section up there. And then let's take a closer look again at what Too Legit is doing down here. I mean, that is nuts. It looks like what he's doing, someone in chat mentioned earlier that he may be trying to do an urban highway system. And I think that's what he's doing here. I really do think he's focusing on that because he really does do beautiful road networks, and that will really help him shine, I think. It'll really help him shine. Go Veify, you can do this, even your theme. There you go. I think I'm mostly rooming for Van Tycoonster. Well, it's anyone's game right now. It really is anyone's game because it's still so early. Anything can happen. Anything can change. There we go. All right, so we've got all this in. Looks like that's happening. There we go. And remember, folks, you can see the rubric and all that in the Discord. And chat will be having a voice in today's contest. You will be helping decide who has different aspects sorted out the most. Beautiful and fast. It really is so fast. Like, I have often wondered how he does this so fast. And this is why I was demoted to host. I can't do this very fast. I really can't. You don't think Too Legit is taking too long on one section of highway, almost 50 minutes with that intersection? Yes, but this is what he does. He spends so long on this, and this is his specialty here, Vince. So I think it'll be really interesting, and he probably does need to start focusing on other areas. But honestly, given that roads are his specialty, I think he knows what he's doing. I really do think he knows what he's doing. He's been practicing all week from what I can recall. And let's check in on Veify again. Yeah, it looks like he's getting his first zoning in. And I think that's the first development we have on the map. So first development to Veify, seen at 144. Nice. I take even longer and it would look a lot worse. Well, you don't know that my show Too Legit specialty is making highway intersections. Yes, it indeed is. And then let's see, we've got, it looks like, yeah, it looks like he's just going to keep zoning that out a little bit. Veify is going with slow and steady wins the race here. Everyone else is doing really fast motions. Veify seems to be acting a bit more deliberate. It seems like he is making, he's putting a lot more thought into each mouse click, it looks like. And I think that that could end up paying off for him. What do you folks think? When Too Legit finishes this, his road will go down so quickly, you will be amazed. Oh yeah, it will. Because he focuses so hard on the intersections so that his roads can just flow. And I think that'll be really interesting. I think it really will be interesting. And what is Veify working on here? It looks like he's working on maybe an office circle. Yep, office circle. Called it. I called it like right as he was doing it. How about that? Let's see how Kigi has gotten started now. And so it looks like, oh wow, he has imported a huge highway interchange there with what looks like a roundabout over there to lead in. Makes sense. He likes his roundabouts. Let's see here, Metro-Chan. I would still be looking at the map. To be fair, I probably would too, because I really like embracing the terrain lately. There we go. So we've got, Yeah, it looks like Kiki is just trying to muster along this highway, and he's trying to get a really good entry point, it looks like, into the city. And I think once he gets that in, he's probably going to not do anything too fancy with the interchanges, given the time that he lost. Now, I could be wrong about that, but it is entirely possible. What is that squiggle that just did? Did anyone just see that on Kiki's screen? Okay, that was weird. It went away. Hopefully it doesn't come back. That was a very weird little squiggle, not gonna lie. Let's see how Tycoonster is doing now. So I will be judging the map. Yes, you would. He likes roundabouts and pineapple pizza. It's true. He likes both things. And then we go ahead and pull these over. Of course you guys would bring pineapple pizza into this chat. Of course you would. Forbidden Squiggle, obviously, complaining about the lack of elevation. Well, you know what? I think it's interesting. I really do think it's interesting, because it's a large, flat area that I'm hoping they will all really use to build big, sprawling urban centers. And that might be why Too Legit is trying what he is to build an urban center like that. There we go. Brainless, thank you. Yes, indeed. The map is available on Steam. Go check it out. It is a beautiful map. It is by... Let me go ahead and pull it up here. It is called Riga, Latvia by... Who was this by? That was by Leonard. Or Leonard's, sorry. It's by Leonard's on the Steam Workshop. Be sure to go over and let them know that their map is being loved right now. Because really it is being loved, and it is definitely being used to its maximum potential, I think, with these builders. Thank you again, Brainless, for being amazing. Always being on top of things. And let's go ahead and switch back to our multi-view. There we go. Nice balanced view here. And looks like Veify is going to turn this into his urban center, his big downtown area. And it's interesting, a stark contrast. I think he's the only one with any serious development. Tycoonster has some zoning out, but he doesn't have any development. And that's interesting. I think he's trying to visualize what things are. What do you think, chap? Probably trying to just scope things out, see what should be commercial, what should be residential, what should be office, maybe what the industry areas should be, etc. Too Legit is building Avalon there. Oh my goodness, could you imagine? Speed build the most insane interchanges you can. That would be nuts. Absolutely nuts. There we go. I think that works pretty well. That would be interesting, Maestro. You should send that my way once you're done with it. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And then let's see here. It looks like Too Legit is starting to put in kind of the outer bits of his intersection. And I think that's a good sign. Because he doesn't start doing this stuff until he's done with the hard bits of his interchanges. And I think this is probably going to be a feature, like an end focal point of his whole area. And I'm really kind of looking forward to seeing how he uses that to his advantage. Just notice Kiki isn't playing with infinite funds. Ooh, that could end up biting him. Hopefully that doesn't end up costing him in the long run, because especially with the time clock that he's against, the fact that he's 12 minutes behind, he's definitely going to need that extra funding, I think, to succeed. Now, granted, building with that does perhaps put a point in his advantage, but again, I mean, unlimited funds really unlock so much in this competition. It really does. Yes, he is living on the edge. He was going to, as far as I know, yeah, so that's going to be interesting, Brainless. I wonder if he's noticed yet. Got to turn it on in the rush to load up cities. Oh, okay. That might be what it is. Well, that'll be interesting. And again, this is the stuff that can happen, folks. This can always happen. Remember, folks, in about 8 minutes, we're going to be starting our first giveaway of the day. First giveaway of the day. Can we get some hype for a giveaway in chat? There we go. Yuxi, thank you so much for the follow. Really means a lot. Glad to see people supporting this competition. And remember, folks, if you want to support the competition, you can always use the panels below to get information on contributing to Cities in the Snap for future iterations. And then we've got... Yeah, looks like Kigi is going right in. He's going to build a dense urban area, it looks like, because he's building roads nice and close together, and it looks like he's going to try and recover using that. I don't think he has time to do a lot of urban sprawl, unfortunately, which is a little unfortunate, but I think... I don't know, at this point you just kind of have to make a decision. Wouldn't you think so? And then Mrs. CK, nice! What is up, Mrs. CK? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well, my friend. And it looks like, yeah, Veify is doing well. Man, Kigi, I'm really worried about him not having funds. I am very curious. Anyone that is over in Kigi's, does he know yet that he doesn't have that, or has he not noticed? There we go. Discord, what happened to lemons, by the way? Well, Lemon Pop, can we get a shout out for our lovely host and Derpcaster, please? I will check Discord in a second here, DC. What happened to lemons, by the way? I couldn't make it today. So, Lemon Pops has decided to back off from the event, and he has decided to transfer the event to me. So I am running the season of Snap now, and it is, yeah, we will continue to build it forward. There we go. All right, that works pretty good. Thank you, DC, for that info. That really helps. I will keep that in mind. There we go. So we've got all of that in. And it does look... It kind of looks like Kiki has made up a lot of ground, actually. It really does look like he's made up ground. And I'm a little worried about... I am admittedly concerned about the fact that Too Legit has no zonable roads yet. I'm admittedly worried about that, but again, I think he knows what he's doing here. I really do think he knows what he's doing. So, yes, Lemon Pops is backing out. However, we will be looking for perhaps a rotating co-host for the future. That's something that we're looking forward to. And so if you know anyone that would be interested in that, be sure to hit me up on the back end. Oh, yeah, well, we want to do the two-host dynamic. But I just didn't have enough time today. So we're looking to do that for the future. We want to have a rotating second host. There we go. Couldn't you make the people's cities larger? Yes. We can look at each one individually. Here's a little bit of Kigi's city. And what's up, Fox Girl Lover? Then we've got this. And then we've got Tycoonster. And Too Legit City. We just like using the quadrants so that we can kind of see all four at the same time, have our timer up there in the top right, etc. In fact, let's make that timer slightly bigger, shall we? So I feel like that timer needs to be a bit more obnoxious. There we go. What do we think of that timer, folks? There we go. Looks a bit better. He is a mainly vanilla player, but again, vanilla players can do amazing things, and he is a testament to that. He really is. That timer is scary, isn't it? Alright, so we've got, it looks like, let's take a look at what Tycoonster's doing here. We haven't given him a close look for a while. It looks like he's got a little bit of zoning in. He's got, obviously, zoning in, but he's got development in. That is good. He's got a little bit of activity on his roads, so it looks like his city is starting to function. It looks like he's going for a mixed use area, because check it out, he's doing a lot of individual plot development for houses. It looks like he'll do the same for probably commercial and office throughout there. Or is he going to... Oh, he's doing that all as low. That's interesting. So it's actually all residential with just a few apartment buildings in there. That's interesting. I've never thought about working with it like that. A rocking chair might be better. Maybe. So you want your co-host sitting in a swirling chair? Yes. A rotating... Yes, that's exactly what I want there, Archduke. That timer is indeed scary. You could do it so that every week, the previous week's second place finisher is the co-host for the next week. That is a possibility, car lover, but that isn't a good catch-all. I have a list of criteria that I think would be best to look for, and we're going to be moving forward looking for that. Just I did not have a whole lot of notice, unfortunately, because Lemon Pops came to his decision yesterday, so we weren't able to connect and make it happen in enough time. So we've got, it looks like a little bit more activity down there from Veify and Kigi. Looks like Kigi might be slowing down a little bit to think. Yeah, it looks like he's thinking a little bit what he wants to do here. Yeah, he's fine with funds now, Kaz. Oh, you're using your help command. There we go. Look at chat helping Kigi like that. And now we can go ahead and pull this on in, and it looks like... Yeah, it looks like what he's doing, he might be going for some swoopy roads. Maybe a suburban area is what I'm thinking. Because what I'm thinking right there is just open suburbs, you know, nice houses, nice big, maybe pretty affluent houses. That's kind of what I see happening there. Who knows? Bring us with the sketchy fund transfer narco money? Probably. All right, folks, and we are about 30 minutes in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start setting up the giveaway. What do you guys say to that? Do you folks want to start a giveaway, perhaps? Can we get some giveaway hype in chat? And I'll go ahead and get that set up while we look at all four contestants again. There we go. So let's go ahead and hop over to... Gotta find the right window here. That is not the right window. Over here is the right window. Hang on, let's go to this one. pull this on over. And then let's see here. And of course, we'll go ahead and do it this way. Quick delay on that, folks. We will have the giveaway up here in just a moment. In the meantime, it does look like Too Legit is coming to a close on building that area, and I think that'll be good to see him actually finish that, because he does need to start thinking about his zoning around that, I think, at least. DC, I will announce that here in just a moment. I want to make sure that it is working really quick. Here we go. So, the first giveaway is going to be for a copy of the Modern City Center DLC. Again, sponsored by Paradox, so let's go ahead and get that rolling in just a moment. Get this in, and let's see here. We need this one. Is this the correct one? No, actually, I lied. This one is actually City Skylines Campus, folks. Can we get some campus hype in chat? This giveaway is actually for City Skylines Campus. Can we get that rolling, folks? So this is now open. All you have to do to enter is use ticket in chat. The ticket command. Use the ticket command to get entered for Cities in a Snaps second giveaway. This one, or I guess third giveaway. This one for City Skylines Campus, sponsored by Paradox. And we're going to leave this open for a while, folks. This will be open for a good 20, 30 minutes probably. We'll leave it open. We'll probably go ahead and crack that open before we go into the halfway interviews. Get that ticket rolling through, folks. Use the ticket command to get into this giveaway. And everyone gets one ticket. There is no option to have additional tickets. There we go. It looks like Tycoonster has a lot of development now. Like, he has really shot up now. Check that out. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that. That is looking good. I am really liking what Tycoonster has there, because he spent a while building up a core, and now he can start expanding outwards from that. And I think that's really, honestly, if I were building, that's what I would do. I would build a core, and then I would build out from there. There we go. 2 million tickets. Yep, you can only enter once, folks. You can only enter once. And then let's see here. What is Too Legit up to? He should be finishing that intersection relatively soon, I would think. Okay, it looks like he's finishing that all up. Man, that is a beautiful intersection. I will definitely say that. Absolutely beautiful. He really knows how to manipulate vanilla perfectly. And it looks like, yeah, he's got 2 more arms to work on. He's got to get it connected right there across the... If you're looking just pretty much, yeah, what he just did. And then he's got to get this straight down, going from top to bottom. And then he'll be good to go. I think that's going to be very interesting once he finishes it. There we go. So what do we think? Is Too Legit maybe spending too much time on this, or do you think he's leaning into his strengths, chap? What do we think? I personally think he's leaning into his strengths, and I think that's a really good idea. So he doesn't need to work with interchange plops. Right. But conversely, you also have to spend the time. You believe in him? I do too. 30 minutes already. That's right. 30 minutes has passed. Timekeepers, let your participants know that we are at the 30-minute mark. There we go. And we're halfway through the first half, folks. I think we've had a very exciting first 30 minutes here. I think it's been exceptionally exciting. We've had 4 very different approaches, and I think that we'll have 4 very unique cities at the end. Too Legit's going to be moving fast here soon. Oh, I bet. I absolutely best. Oh, and Vey is doing fantastic. There you go. Vey, I think they're all doing quite well. And honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be able to tell that Kiggy had started late. I would say maybe he's worked a little slower than the others. But overall, I don't think it's too noticeable. I really don't think it's noticeable at all. Because he has a fair amount in, and he has an intricate little road layout. Now, granted, it's much smaller. But again, he's playing with what he has. And I think in 12 minutes, he will be about where these other folks are. Call the fire brigade. Call the fire brigade, folks. We've got our first fire. Whose screen was that on? Who has the fire? Is it over there on Kiggy's, maybe? I can't tell who it's on. Maybe it's on Veify. There we go. I don't know Too Legit standard. I believe he knows what he's doing. I believe he knows what he's doing, too. Vey got a fire. I thought he might have. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. It looks like he's working with the rails a little bit. Nice. I love seeing some good rail work. Absolutely love seeing the rail work. And they did get fire. And folks, we're going to, again, we're halfway through the giveaway period. So we're 5 minutes in. We're going to let it run for another 5 minutes. If you want to enter for Campus DLC of City Skylines, sponsored by Paradox, you can use the ticket command, !ticket, to get an entry into this giveaway. And again, that's going to be the first giveaway of the day. There we go. He just ignored it. That's fine. It's fine if he ignores it. That's what I would do. I mean, to be fair, a fire is the least of your concerns whensoever had a meteor last week, so... Shoe for all the autosaves, indeed. We need to get that shoe option in here, don't we? Thank you for the follow there, Brewdog, and thank you, everyone, for the follows on this channel, for Cities in a Snap, showing your support for the event. It really does mean a lot. It really means a lot. There we go, and it looks like... I'm curious here. Does it look like Kiggy is maybe getting ready to work with that waterfront a little bit? And indeed he is. Perfect timing, folks. We're going to see Kiggy start a little bit of a harbor area, which is interesting because I am thinking Tycoonster is going to do the same thing, considering that he's building right on top of the waterfront. So I think it'll be really interesting to see two people embracing it. And it looks like Too Legit and Vey aren't so much embracing the waterfront. But again, that could change. Autosave saves lives sometimes. Type ticket to enter the giveaway, folks. Ticket to enter the giveaway. Well, !ticket. And you've got 4 minutes left to enter that first giveaway. Once I need to hydrate myself. Hydrate yourselves, folks. There we go. What's going on here? Skip the Damned. We are participating in... Well, not participating. We are hosting Cities in a Snap, where 4 builders go head-to-head in City Skylines and build the best they can within a 2-hour period to be judged by chat very carefully. And I think it's going to be really, really interesting. And we've also got a couple giveaways today, sponsored by Paradox. Does anyone remember when autosaves didn't exist and you had to save the game yourself? Does anyone remember hard save points that you had to get to? You couldn't save in between. And it looks like Tycoonster has a nice stadium down there. That's nice. It definitely looks like... It looks like Veify is gearing up for a larger expansion. I can't quite tell, though, because he could also just be doing something like some farmland out there and just wants a little bit of a dirt road. So we'll have to see where that leads. Yeah, it's definitely neat, Skip the Damned. I do hope you enjoy it. My save game was corrupted today on the Stew Energy Challenge. How I fixed it, I don't know. I collect everything in a panic. Well, there you go. F1, quick save. F1 for a quick save. Some games still have save points. Some games do. Some games do, but that used to be the standard. And it looks like this is actually looking pretty good. So, folks, what do we think so far? Who is pulling ahead right here? I honestly think it's fairly tied. Right now, I would say, personally, it looks like perhaps Tycoonster and Veify are pulling ahead. But again, Too Legit's laying a good foundation, and Kiggy is operating at a disadvantage. So that is just my personal feel. What does chat think? Let's see here. You folks are thinking Tycoonster? Yeah, all are so unique, and they're all focusing on different things. But right now, it looks like Veify and Tycoonster have had a very strong first 30 minutes. But I think Too Legit City is forming a rock-solid foundation. And Kiggy, given that he's currently 15 minutes in, is actually looking pretty strong. You think it's the tie between them currently? Interesting. Vey and Tycoon? Interesting. Games would save automatically when finishing the level. Yes, that was another thing. That was your only option. That really was your only option. There we go. And we've got less than 2 minutes left on the giveaway for the Campus DLC, folks. Less than 2 minutes for the Campus DLC of City Skylines. If you want to enter, use !ticket to enter the giveaway. Give your opinion, too biased. There you go. Well, then don't give your bias. Well, I mean, you can share your opinion if you want. Everyone's opinion is welcome here. Too Legit's ready for the city. Yes, he is. He is ready now. He is absolutely ready. Let's actually see what he's about to do, because now that he's done with that interchange, I think this next 5 minutes, roughly, is going to be the most important for him. Because now he's finished his big super interchange, and now he's got to get something done with it. And it looks like he's got a plan. It looks like he's going to try and arc around the highway. That's interesting. I can actually hear him saying this all in my head right now. I think that could be very, very interesting. There we go. Hi again, Master Tom. Thank you, Brewdog, for entering. Ooh, too many tickets. You can only have one ticket a person. We've got 30 seconds left in the giveaway, folks. If you haven't entered and you want to have a chance at the Campus DLC, sponsored by Paradox, be sure to use ticket, exclamation ticket, to enter that giveaway. And the hype is real at this point, folks. It is absolutely real. I know who I'm rooting for, but I will be completely unbiased in my judgment. Right, and that is good. Because we can root for whoever, but keep in mind, we're here to try and decide who built the best. There we go. Or you could only save if you have a reel and found a typewriter. Well, there you go. Ticket, yes, use that ticket command to enter the giveaway, folks. Enter that giveaway. There we go, and we've only got a few seconds left, and it is closed. The first giveaway is in, so now let's go ahead and draw a winner, shall we, folks? What do you think, folks? Let's draw a winner. Can we get some hype for a winner to be chosen? And Archduke Melon has won the prize with a 3.7% chance to win. Congratulations! Archduke Melon, please message the Season Snap channel or Kaz Gym immediately after the event, or even now during the event, and we will get you your key at a later point. Well done. Very well done. And moderators, can we get a quick set of shout-outs for the 4 participants now? For the 4 participants, get those in. And folks, if you are just tuning in, I am a Kaz Gym, and we are hosting Cities in a Snap, a now weekly contest where people have qualifiers the first 3 weeks of the month, and then the 4th week every month, the 4th Saturday rather, is the final. And next week is the final, folks. Next week is the final. The winner of today will go up against the winner of last week, So Ever Dream, the reigning champion, J-Jam Jim, and of course, Imperial Jedi, who has so graciously agreed to be part of our event here. I am really excited for that. Like, honestly, and this is the really cool part, I think all 4 of these folks would stand a good chance, honestly, in that contest between So Ever, JJM Jim, and Imperial Jedi. And no matter who comes out of here, it'll be relatively different from those other 3 competitors. So I think that'll be really interesting. I think it's making for a really good final, for sure. I remember the era of Mario and Sonic. We had no saves. We had no going back. All we had was hours of trying and crying when the power went out. Yes, exactly. Thank you for those shout-outs, moderators. Really means a lot. And thank you for the message there, Archduke Melon. We are on top of it now. We will get that distributed to you at a later point today. Thank you very much for that. And there will be more giveaways later on, folks, so please stay tuned. Again, these giveaways are sponsored by Paradox. Thank you, Paradox, very much for the game keys to give away. So let's take a quick look here, and let's see what Kiggy is planning on doing. So both him and Tycoonster have put a road up on that peninsula, and it looks like he's the first one to do anything with that road. He's waiting a little while, it looks like. It looks like he's building a big port area. That is nice. I think that's going to be a really nice build. And it looks like Tycoonster is probably doing the same. Interesting. No, he's building a key. He may end up doing a port, knowing him, but we will have to see. We'll definitely have to see, but they're the only 2 to do anything, really, with the waterfront. So I think that's going to be really, really interesting as we go forward. So do you think that Too Legit and Veify will actually touch the water, folks? Or are they just going to stay inland? Are they going to stay afraid of the water, so to speak? I would like to see them progress towards the water, personally. But, honestly, I think it would make it more different if they just stayed away. I think it'll be interesting either way, whether or not they embrace the water. And then let's see how Too Legit is doing now that he's potentially... Yep, he's got some zonable roads in. And he is definitely thinking about this. You know what this reminds me of, folks? A few contests ago, we had KRX, and he spent a while working on the terrain and roads and all that, and he didn't lay any zoning until, like, the last 20 minutes or so. And I think this will be interesting, because that is a big risk that you take. A huge risk, in fact. So, I'm curious if he's going to be that bold. What do we think, folks? Kiggy does some neat waterfront work. He does, especially with those Kiggy rocks. Waterfronts are a challenge. If people walk away from it, then they look the easier path. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely, 100%. So now we've got, looks like Tycoonster is, or sorry, Too Legit. Looks like Too Legit is trying to Yeah, it looks like he's going to have this be an elevated highway for a little longer. He's really going for the perfect road layout, it looks like. I am understandably nervous, though, because he doesn't have any zoning yet. And that is, ooh, that's going to be a little bit spoopy. What do you think, chat? I mean, there's no zoning yet. Will that come back to bite him, or do you think he'll be able to recover from that? I think it could go either way. Shoals a handful of popcorn face, so much pressure. I know, right? Remember, folks, this is all for fun. All 100% for fun. That's all this is. And obviously, you know, the contest of it, and posterity. And game key giveaways. As long as he does himself right, exactly. And that's the other advantage of this contest. We can all sit there and look at different events, different players, and all that, and see all these different builds. And I think this is only going to enhance everyone that watches this event. Because we sit here and we're seeing 4 radically different approaches to the event. And all 4 of them, I think, are very valid. Hang on, what's Tycoonster doing down here? It looks like he might be going for some curved zoning areas. Yeah, he's going for some curved zoning areas. That's interesting. I personally feel like curved zoning areas are a bit too time-consuming for an event like this, but if you can pull it off, it does look quite nice. Learning a bunch from this. I'm glad you're learning. That is, again, that's kind of a side goal of this whole event. It really, really is. And then, let's see here. I think we've got... Yeah, it looks like Too Legit is starting to loop in a tight little urban area down there. As Tycoonster is sitting here with quite a lot of... I think Tycoonster has the most zoning by far. But he has, I would say, a bit more wavy of a road layout. It's not as strict, and it's not as contained, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, chat, what I just said? I feel like it makes sense. Just wait until you see me, then Archduke Melon. There you go. And then let's see if we can check out Veify again. Because he's trying to do a bit of a highway here, and it's interesting. Just going between, we have Veify here, and Too Legit here. They're both doing relatively similar things, and this is what I'm talking about. Check that out. They're both doing similar ideas, but in different areas of the map. Both coming off an interchange and immediately scoping down to an urban road. I think that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. European city isn't gridded. Correct, it won't be gridded. But I do again think that, you know, Too Legit, I think that, or Tycoonster in this case, I think Tycoonster could possibly benefit from a little bit of grid work, just to kind of make up for speed. But again, I think in general he's actually doing quite well. I would say personally, as far as progress, he has pulled ahead of Veify at this point. I think Veify's kind of stalled out a little bit in the last, I'd say, 5 minutes or so. And Tycoonster is currently, in my book, he's got the most city down. He 100% has the most city down. Thank you for the follow there, my friend. Really means a lot. Maybe time for interviews? Nope. We wait until a little bit longer there, Caswife. Thank you, though. We've got another 5 minutes or so until we need to get to the interview stage. I'd say another 10 minutes, probably. Because we don't want to do the interview before about the halfway point. Ah, there we go. What's the map this time? You can use the map command to find out. It is by Leonard's on the Steam Workshop. But it is by Leonard's. It's a beautiful map. I think it's a really fun map, actually. Because it's nice and open. Because a lot of these pretty maps are maybe closed, they have a lot of mountains, they have a lot of water, but this one's really open. And so I think for a lot of the players, they're having to build the cities that they can, but they're not able to rely on the terrain as much. And I think that's a real challenge here. And it looks like Veify's just gone for a roundabout option there. Very interesting. Absolutely interesting. And then Too Legit, still with the roads. He has no development still. Then again, does Kiggy actually have any development? Because now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't actually seen Kiggy do any zoning, has he? Interesting. Your map is opposite of this. Well, hey, it is up to you, Maestro, on what you want to see. There we go. Let's see if... All right, that looks pretty good. I would definitely... Yeah, nope, he doesn't have any zoning. So neither Kiggy or Too Legit have any zoning, and then Tycoonster and Veify do have some zoning. It's very, very interesting. And then Too Legit and Veify are focusing a lot on roads and transitions, while Tycoonster is just kind of building out from a city center. And it looks like Kiggy is going for maybe more of a region, it looks like. Chat, what do we think? Is Kigi maybe going for more of a region? Kigi, 0 citizens, exactly. Yugoslavia is very flat in total. There you go. Peruvian Andes inspired. There you go. All right, so I think, yeah, I think he's possibly going for a region effect. We'll find out once we get into the interviews. We'll start interviews here in a couple minutes. So right now, I would personally say that it looks like Tycoonster and Veify have pulled ahead, with Tycoonster pulling a slight edge in the last 5 or so minutes. Too Legit is building a rock-solid foundation, but I think he's possibly going to pull a KRX and do all of his zoning towards the end. Which, you know, it panned out okay for KRX, but again, that's such a risky move. Chat, would you risk that move? Would any of you risk that move? What mod or setting makes it so you see the zone when you place the road? I think that's a setting. I don't remember which setting that is. Can someone recall what setting that is, if it's a setting? I personally do not recall. There we go. No, build a core and work from that. I would probably build a core and work from that. I very likely would. Like, honestly, I just feel too nervous doing what Too Legit's doing over here. But again, I mean, he's leaning into his strengths. His strengths are building magnificent road networks. Like, that's what he does. That's what people go to him to see him do, and it's always so good. And he's really showcasing that, I think. And then Veify, it does look like Veify has slowed down. Veify was going like crazy for the first 30 minutes, but he has really slowed down. He's being a lot more deliberate, and I don't know. I think it's possible that the thoughts could help him. So what we're going to do is we're going to start popping in for a few interviews, folks. What do you say? Interview time? Let's go ahead and hop in. We'll go ahead and do Kigi last, since he has a little bit of a disadvantage here. We'll go ahead and start with Veify. Veify!
Holy crap, I was like, where the hell did that come from?
How are you doing, my friend? How are you feeling? Are you feeling pretty strong?
I'm feeling pretty stressed, I feel is a good way of putting it, but I'm enjoying it.
All right, well, so tell us what you're working on.
The idea being, the thought I had, okay, that's a bit off-center, a bit janky, is we'd have a main city. So I kind of thought of the map as like a state, and then we would have like cities and towns. So
right.
Rather than having one big all-encompassing city.
That's interesting.
So we have like a farm kind of community down here, which I'm going to work on after. Got no water. We have a small little town here as well, which is going to have a truck stop in it, and then the main city is going to be here. And then depending on time, I might add some other bits.
Very interesting. So, you're just trying to build a whole region? Are you going to try and interconnect things, or are you just kind of letting it be what it is?
Currently, they are kind of via the highway, but I will be by train stations. I think there's one here, so we'll have one in the city. We'll have one here. And we'll try and hook it up as best as possible, but time is very quick. You don't realize.
It is. I mean, you've got an hour and 9 minutes left right now.
Okay, that's not too bad, but yeah.
Yeah, you got a little over halfway left, so I think you're doing okay right now.
I hope everyone else is faring well as well, just in the spirit of competition.
Yeah, exactly. In the spirit of competition. Yeah. But so, out of curiosity, what was your thought whenever you first opened the map? What was your initial thought?
Crap, it's a European theme. Because I've never ever used this. All the buildings look different, and when I was thinking of an American kind of state, and then I get these European buildings, I'm like, oh, good God. So yeah,
I think that'll be interesting.
It's nice and flat, so it makes building simple. I'd have probably liked some more mountains. Granted, I could build my own, but I want to use the map as it is and not mess around with it too much.
That's fair enough. So, do you have any remaining thoughts as you head into the back half here?
Build quicker.
Build quicker. Well, I'll let you get back to it then, my friend. And yeah, we'll look forward to seeing what you do as we progress.
Thank you very much.
All right, dropping you back off. All right, so it looks like Veify is doing pretty... It seems like he's keeping a level head. He's kind of feeling the stress of the contest, but it looks like he's definitely... He's keeping it level, and that's interesting. He is going for more of a region effect. And I'm curious if that's what Kigi's going for as well, but next we're actually going to go for Tycoonster. All right, so Tycoonster, hello, how are you doing, my friend?
Hey there, Cash Jim. I'm pretty good. I'm trying to get like an entire city to go through school in 2 hours. That's like the hardest trick so far.
Right. So, what was your thought whenever you initially opened the map? What was your initial process that you're going for?
Uh, I can't build a harbor unless I build a lot of highway. So I will bail on the idea.
Mm,
I wanted a harbor, but yeah, I had to. I had to retrofit for like a riverbank.
that's fair enough. That's fair enough. So, tell us a little bit. So, what's your strategy here? What are you really going for with your city?
Like I want a sunken highway over here, going
Right.
towards the downtown. Then, like over here, we get like a bit of high density with some offices and suburbs all around. That's pretty much. Over here, we're gonna get a bit of touristic stuff. We'll see if we got the time. Oh, and then now we get the airport because we can't get a port. Let's get an airport. We need something that sounds like a port.
Right, right. That makes sense. And I do like the Sunken Highway, and I was able to call it like the second you had that be elevator over there, I was like, oh, Sunken Highway. And then I was so hyped to see a Sunken Highway. I really was.
Yeah, people love it.
Oh
I,
yeah,
I
it's
I
great.
I know that. I
So
experienced that.
do you have any thoughts going into the back half here? You've got about an hour and 6 minutes left.
I think we should be able to finish it, and if we finish it, I think I'll be happy, no matter if we win or not. But yeah, so far so good. I've been a bit nervous in the beginning,
Right.
but now I'm getting a bit more comfortable,
Well, that's
and it
good.
should yeah, everything should be good. I think.
Awesome.
All
Well,
right.
do you have any final thoughts before I drop you back off and let you keep on building?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm too emotional. Okay.
That's fair. We'll go ahead and dump you back
Yeah.
off. Happy building and good luck in the
Thank
remaining
you.
half.
Thank you. Thank you. Have fun.
Anytime. All right, so it looks like Tycoonster is doing a lot of what we thought. He did the Sunken Highway, and it looks like we were right that he wants to do a harbor, but it looks like he's ditched the idea of the harbor potentially, which again, that is something that he's quite strong at. So I would feel better if he was doing it, but honestly, building away from your strengths, it could work in his favor because maybe he does something that he hasn't done before. Maybe he thinks outside the box a bit. So you know what? I think this will be really nice. Maybe we could see a really cool custom airport. That could be really, really cool. All right, so let's go ahead and pull in Too Legit. Hello, Too Legit. How are you?
Hello, what's going on?
Not too much. We're just going through, getting the rounds done for our, midway interviews. So, how are we
Uh-huh.
feeling?
I'm nervous wreck, man. I don't think I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna be real, man. I'm scared. I don't know what's gonna go on anymore.
I think it's looking pretty good. You've got a rock solid start there, and you've got your signature, which is big, beautiful interchanges, of course.
Oh yeah, hopefully that's enough. I don't know though. I have my doubts.
Right. Well, what were your initial thoughts when you opened the map?
Oh man, there's a lot of space, and I see that there's no interchanges. I was like, okay, I have to make an interchange. My inner itch was like, I have to do it.
Right.
There's nothing I could do around it. I have to build an interchange, and of course, I didn't bring any assets to the cities in the snap, so either I take the base stuff or I make my own. So I ended up making my own.
Right, and it looks really good. I really like the design you went for, and I think I've seen you do relatively similar designs in the past, so it's a design that you're used to doing, obviously with a little
Yeah,
bit more time.
yeah, I got to
But
pull the tricks from the bag. Only way to do it.
yeah, exactly. So, what's your plan here? It seems like you're building a rock solid foundation, as usual, for your city to stand on,
That,
and
hmm
so you're pretty much just
Well,
gonna kind of wait to zone until you've got the perfect road layout, or what's your strategy here?
we're gonna be going for a downtown density build, but the thing is that I'm a little bit strapped on time. So I'm gonna try to get a grid in soon, and then I'm gonna try to actually level up the building.
Oh,
I don't know
nice.
if we have time for that because education is a weird mechanic that takes a lot of time actually.
Right,
So I'm a little
right.
bit scared.
Well, I think if anyone can do it, you can. I mean it's looking good on this end. It really is looking quite good, and I can't
Nice.
wait to see what it turns out to be.
Hey, thank you for the kind words, my man.
Yeah, anytime. Well, do you have any final thoughts as you head into the second half? You've got about a minute and you got an hour and 2 minutes left.
Hour of 2 minutes. I got 50% of the time elapsed. I'm still nervous. It never it never subsided. Oh my god, the nerves are getting to me.
Well, you know what?
That's
We'll
about
let
it,
you
man.
get back to it then. I think you're doing great. Keep on building. It's going to be amazing in the end. And we'll just
Thank
we'll
you.
go ahead and get out of your hair and let you keep on building.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Kazjan.
Yes, anytime. All right, so too legit. It looks like we were relatively correct about that. He wasn't initially planning on doing an interchange, but again, he leaned into his strengths. He saw what was lacking in the map, and he's like, you know what? I know I build good interchanges, so he's leaning into that. And honestly, I think he's building a really rock solid foundation. I think this is, exactly. Strong foundation is the basis of a healthy city, and I think that's what he's going for. Now, let's hope that pays off. And now we're going to go ahead and hop into Kiggy. So let's go ahead and grab this. Kiggy, my friend.
Whoa! You just scared the crap out of me. Hello,
Man, I've been scaring everyone. I love it.
Hey.
Absolutely love it. So, how are we feeling? I know it's you got a little bit of a disadvantage here.
Yeah, it's all good though.
I think
To be honest, I was kind of anticipating something like that because my potato PC and over 8,000 assets is never a good mix.
Oh no, I mean it's not a good mix on mine, and I've got like a truck. So, so tell us your process. What was your thought process upon initially seeing the map, other than oh my goodness, I'm short 12 minutes?
That's pretty much it. I was like, oh, crap, I just get on. So I'm just sort of obviously trying to do a bit of early decorative work. This is going to be a park area here.
Right.
And just try to get some main sort of infrastructure down and utilize the space as best as possible. Going to whack in a farm over here, hence we've got the intersection there.
Right.
And I was thinking of an airport somewhere else as well, somewhere on there. It's just making the most of it.
Make the most of it. Just go for it. And I liked your docks area there. I really liked that. The fact that you're actually using the little sea breaks as actual part of the harbor, I think that's beautiful. Absolutely love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that area, I was just like, boom.
Yeah, exactly. We have the same mind, really, when it comes to that stuff. So, do you have any thoughts going into the back half as you just elapsed the 1 hour mark? You've got 1 hour left at this point.
Words I can't really say on Cities in a Snap.
Well,
being that I'm a bit behind.
Well, honestly, you've trucked and you've been in this contest before, so you've got the initial nerves part out of the way because you've already done it. So maybe that'll work to your advantage, and we'll look forward to seeing what you come up with in the long run.
Oh, definitely. Fingers crossed it does help.
Well, I think it'll work out pretty well. And do you have any final thoughts before I leave you be and stop bugging you for a bit?
Nothing major, really, that I can think of. Obviously, just thank you for taking over from Lemon Pops with this fantastic event.
Well, let's hope it continues to be fantastic with builders such as yourself.
Well, thank you.
Well, I will go ahead and leave you be.
I can to help you out.
Anytime. So we're going to go ahead and leave you be. Have fun with your little lake area, it looks like, and we will carry on.
No worries, I'll see you in a bit.
All right, so it looks like we were relatively correct about Kiggy as well. He's doing a couple of satellites around a main area, and it looks like he is trying to do a little bit of everything all at once just to make up for that 12 minutes, and I think he's rapidly closing that gap. And I think that comes from experience, really, folks, because keep in mind, I think he's the... Is he the... I can't remember if Veify has participated in the past now that I think about it. I know Kiggy has, and I absolutely know that he has, but I know that Tycoon Sir and Too Legit have not. But yeah, so Kiggy comes to this with experience, and so he can actually use that to his advantage because he already knows what the contest is like. He knows how to build fast, so I think that's going to be... This is first, all right. So this is Veify. So Kiggy is the veteran in the group, and I think, again, that's going to play to his advantage. So what do you think, chat? Given the halfway point interviews, who do we think feels most confident right now? Who's winning the confidence game? Strong foundation is the basis? Yes. He is the king of 95% plus traffic? Yes, he is. Kaz causing panic? Exactly. By hopping into chat. That's what I do. I cause panic just by hopping into chat. None of them. There we go. The most nervous man here. There you go. Honestly, right now, I think that Veify and Tycoonster have the most level heads, and I think that comes from the fact that they approach the halfway point from having a good amount built and both having some zoning and both having a good idea. Kiggy is a little bit on the stress side, but he's doing a good job managing it, I think because of all that experience of his. And then Too Legit is understandably worried because he knows he's leaning into his strengths, but he's also worried that that could come back to bite him. And honestly, I would say we're at the 57 minutes left mark right here. So, honestly, if he doesn't start getting zoning down by, I'd say, the 30 minutes left mark, he's really going to be in trouble, I think. He's absolutely going to see some trouble. Yeah, they're all a little bit stressed. Well, I mean, it's a short amount of time. Can we get some hype for the halfway point of Cities in a Snap? We're halfway through the second February qualifier. Again, with giveaways throughout the event, sponsored by Paradox, game keys for cities, skylines, and related content, mainly DLCs. There we go, and I think this is actually looking pretty good. So, chat, who do you think currently is pulling ahead? Because honestly, Tycoonster has been kind of about where he is for a while. I feel like Kiggy is rapidly approaching, and Veify, again, he's being slow and deliberate, and I'm not sure. I'm actually worried that Kiggy could end up overtaking Veify as far as completeness goes relatively soon if Veify doesn't pick the pace back up. What do we think about that, folks? That stress is feeling good. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes. And in this case, it's maybe that little boost of adrenaline you need to push on through. Because honestly, that's what you need for something like this. You really need that push of adrenaline just to push on through. And the Kazcat has decided to say hello to us. Hello, Kazcat. All right, so it looks like, again, yeah, Kiggy is starting to use Move It to do a little bit of decorating and mass. I think he's the first one to do any detailing. That's interesting. I believe Kiggy is the first one to add any detailing, because Tycoonster hasn't done really any detailing. Vey hasn't done any yet, but I suspect he will soon. And Too Legit, again, is just, he's mastering the road layout. I'll be honest, at this point, I'm a little scared for Too Legit. I really am feeling a little bit scared. Adrenaline or Mountain Dew. Exactly. Both flowing through your veins, obviously. Thank you, Master Tom, for the popcorn. The host always appreciates a little bit of popcorn. Can we get a quick shout out for the 4 participants, please, from one of the moderators? The 4 participants are marvelous. Again, this is the second qualifier of the month of February. We're only having 2 qualifiers this month. The winner of this match goes on to the final next week against So Ever Dream, Imperial Jedi, and J-Jam Jim. In slot number 1, we have Kiggy85. Does a little bit of everything. He really likes getting to the detailing. He likes playing a lot with destruction, things like that. Definitely a really fun streamer to go check out sometime. In slot number 2 this week, we have Veify, who is coming back to the city scene. He went away for a little bit, but he's coming back strong, and he knows how to build his cities. He builds beautiful stuff. He loves building kind of big project areas, is what I've noticed. And I really think I'm kind of shocked we haven't seen a big project area from him yet, but I think that could potentially come in later on, because that's something that he's quite good at, and I think right now he's probably just going for bulk rather than finesse, at least for now. And I like what he's doing there. He just perfectly zoned everything to where he can just run that road straight through with no consequences. That is great. That is wonderful. And in slot 3, we have Tycoonster. Tycoonster streams exclusively cities, actually, I believe. And he streams pretty much, I believe he streams 6 or 7 days a week. I could be wrong about that. But, yeah, he does a little bit of everything. He actually just got done with an Atlantis-style build, where he built the city of Atlantis and then flooded it. Definitely a fun streamer to check out sometime. Kind of just likes doing challenges, likes building cool cities, so definitely a cool all-around cities streamer if you are looking for one. And then in slot number 4 this week, we have Too Legit City. He does city skylines a couple days a week, and he is the master of vanilla road layouts in city skylines. The absolute master. He is doing this as vanilla as he possibly can, and he's using the same strategies that you see here every time he does it. Every time he plays cities, he does the same things, he has the same strategies, and he really knows how to manipulate the vanilla mechanics to his advantage, and he is really showcasing that here. Because right here, he's building a beautiful road layout that is probably going to be second to none in the competition. He has a strong comeback. If he is going on like this, I think he's going to... Exactly, if Kiki can keep that steam up, I think he might. So yeah, those are the 4 contestants. And remember, only one of them will move on to next week. And I'm really excited to see who it's going to be. But I am tempted to agree with Vince here. If Kiki keeps up with his current pace, he could end up taking it. Because right now, I would say he's definitely winning in the beautification category. Absolutely winning the beautification category. Have we seen any beautification from Tycoonster, Verifier, Too Legit? Definitely not Too Legit. I know we haven't seen any in Verify, and I'm 85% sure we haven't seen any on Tycoonster yet. So as far as detailing and beautification, Kiki is currently dominating that category. You'll go for coffee, you just want to be sure not to leave if not. There you go. Yeah, they're all here. Go forth, Brainless. Too Legit is King of Vanilla. He is quite good at that. And folks, in about 20 minutes, we're going to open up a giveaway again here on the channel. We are going to be giving away another key. So do stick around for that. That's going to be happening relatively soon, I guess. So in about 10 minutes, that second giveaway will open up. And it will be the same entry process as last time. There we go. Let's go ahead and... There we go. Went ahead and noted who won that last one. Didn't want to make it go away on accident. There we go. And pull that over there. And we're back, folks. There we go. Bless you, Brindless. Yes. Thank you. And can we get a quick bit of hype and love for all of our magnificent moderators participating in this event and helping make the event better? Because these moderators really do make this event possible. They help moderate chat, they help kind of keep time between things, and they also just help me on the back end with stuff that you guys couldn't possibly realize. Like, these folks make it possible. Can we get just a big round of applause in general for all of our magnificent moderators in the community? Thank you, moderators. You really make this possible. And it looks like, again, Kiki is focusing, I wonder, Kiki is really leaning to the beautification. He may have realized at this point that he's not going to win based on city size. So he's got to lean into, he's got to lean into his strength, which at this point is also, a detriment on the others. Because, again, he's the only one with any beautification and detail work in. We love you too, guys. Oh, I love you too, elves. Watching Legit is so satisfying. It's so satisfying, yeah. I love watching these cities players in general. It's so nice to watch them. And it looks like he's making good use of those Whisperwalk cul-de-sac roads. Those are a lovely asset from a lovely asset developer, or a network developer, I should say. It looks like he's building several of them. Or no, he might be doing them custom, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like he's building them custom, potentially. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm curious to see where he goes with this. What is he doing? Is he just going up and over, I guess? Yeah, interesting. Oh, okay, it's going to be a pedestrian walking path system through the city. I see what he's doing. He's going for a nice walking path network. That makes sense. Can we get a round of applause for a Kaz Gym? I'll applause for a Kaz Gym, but I'm biased. There we go, and then here's Vey. Yeah, again, he's just building into some mass zoning, because according to what he said, this is going to be his capital, basically. This is going to be his capital city, and the others are just satellites to this one. So I think that'll be very interesting to see play out. And I think this is only going to work because he has Demand Master. I think Demand Master definitely makes what Veify is doing possible. And actually curious, does Kigi have... No, I don't think Kigi has it enabled. Interesting. It's an interesting choice, going to the city without Demand Master, because Demand Master actually helps you kind of finalize the city really quickly. There we go. Thank you for the meteors of love, folks. Really means a lot. Really does mean a lot. Absolutely does. And so we've got Veify. Again, he's building out his capital city. It looks like he's trying to do policing and all that stuff. He's trying to force the buildings to level up, which will make his capital look really, really impressive in the end. Now let's see what Tycoonster's up to. He's building up his airport area, and it looks like, yeah, he's just having it spill straight into the highway, that's definitely one way of doing it. It's not the way I personally enjoy doing it, but I think it's an interesting way, and I probably should do that way at some point, because I think it makes a lot of sense, just I don't know. Just doesn't quite work in my weird little world, I guess. But anyway, so We've got, it looks like he's going to try and develop maybe a little close to the airport. Wow. I would hate to live in one of those houses. Would never be able to sleep, ever. Oh my goodness. Talk about low. Oh my goodness. That is going to be rough to live there. I would not want to live in that neighborhood. Note to self, do not live in that neighborhood. Tycoon Sir chose not to use it, and that's fair. It's a perfectly viable choice. You aren't forced to use anything. You are only using the things that you think you want to use. There we go. And it looks like Too Legit. Oh, again, he's reaching that. He's got 47 minutes left and still no zoning. But then again, looking at Kiggy, I don't think Kiggy has zoning yet either. I could be wrong about this, folks, but I don't think Kiggy has any actual zoning in. This could be interesting. Kiggy has Demand Master enabled. Ah, he just isn't utilizing it yet. It's possible. Always possible. Tycoonster chose not to use it. Okay. Yeah, I am worried. He doesn't really have it either. But again, he has Demand Master. So I'm a little less worried about Kiggy's situation. I am very worried about Too Legit's situation. Because again, he's at the 46.5-minute mark. Oh, we have zoning from Too Legit. Nice. So he does have some zoning. Okay, I'm not as worried now. I'm still a little bit worried, but I'm not as worried, if that makes sense, Papa Norse. Zones for Too Legit. There we go. We've got some zoning from Too Legit. Good. That is a relief. Can we get some sighs of relief in chat? Like, oh my goodness, like the stress levels just went way down because now he's actually got zoning. Whew. It's okay, folks. We have zoning from Too Legit at, I guess that was the 46-minute mark. Wow. Absolutely just nuts. Then Kiggy still doesn't have any zoning. So, wow, we were kind of worried about Too Legit, but he has zoning in. Kiggy does not have zoning in yet, I don't think. Can anyone verify whether or not Kiggy has zoning in yet? Don't obviously tell him that we're looking at that, but I'm just curious. Does he have it? It looks like he's bringing some custom stuff from Move It. Which, by the way, that is something that we're potentially looking at for the future. Because someone could be really cheeky and just build a whole city using Move It. Like, just import the city. And we're going to have to look into a rule for that for the future. But for this iteration, it wasn't going to be a problem. Oh, Papa Norris with the link. What was the link? Oh, you just had a period too soon. Oh, Papa Norris caught by the bot. Sorry about that. Yeah, detected it as a link. Wrecked. There we go. Poor guy hasn't set up peep to his chat. He is in the zone. I, like, honestly, and rightfully so, like, he is just going and going, and honestly, I think he needs the concentration at this point. There we go. He's got some industry zoning. He's got his commercial. I think he just needs to focus on getting zoning in at this point, and then worry about everything else later. Because at this point, especially without Demand Master, he's got to just get zoning in there. He's just got to. And wow, Tycoonsters is starting to come together over here. Check that out. Because we've got a nice little stadium area. That's a nice thing in the beautification category. Definitely. I'm liking that stadium. Some nice details with the parking lots and whatnot. That is definitely good. And it's coming out of a commercial and industry area. That is quite nice. And he is going to redraft that as Risen. Yeah. I would have made it a bridge personally, but a Risen rail also works there. No imports but copy-paste in-game. Yeah, exactly. We might do that. Can't you import stuff to the asset creator and use it as an asset, though? Yes, you technically can, Meister, so we're going to have to come up with something for that for the future. I mean, again, people who tend to participate in this event, they aren't that type of person, but again, I mean, anything could happen in the future. Am I right? Ah, there we go. And it looks like... Yeah, it looks like, honestly... The gap is quickly closing on Tycoonster and Veify, because Veify is doing a lot of interconnected areas right now, and Tycoonster has been moving a little bit slower now. And it appears that Kiggy is still moving relatively fast here. Not insanely fast like he was, but I still think he's doing a great job of playing catch-up. And I think Too Legit is probably at the point where he needs to start really focusing on his just development in general. Because at this point, he can't afford not to worry about that. He really can't. Because, again, I can totally imagine, because he typically spends so much time doing anything, that this is just, oh, this is rough for him. I can definitely imagine. But you know what? It's all fun and it's all part of the game. Catch up or catch up? Catch up. There we go. Sorry if that confused you. I don't typically put condiments on participants. I would like to see a vanilla only too. Yeah, a vanilla only one. That's actually in the works. We're going to be working on a vanilla only one. And we're actually potentially looking at a console only version in the future. This is all stuff that will be happening further down the line. So folks, if this is stuff that you want to see in the future, be sure to show your support for, the Season Snap channel and go participate in the Discord, that kind of stuff, because we really want to make sure that this is your event. We want to make this everyone's event that everyone can participate in and partake in. And we're also looking for maps. If you're a map creator, be sure to submit your maps. Be sure to potentially, ask if you could make a map for the event. Because ideally we would have maps that are new, that no one's seen before, that there's zero chance, and that maybe we can help get some awesome map creators some exposure. So if you know a good map creator, tell them to join that Season Snap Discord. I want to do a console only one potentially. There we go. Taraja did vanilla only during the competition. That is correct. I think console only has come up as an idea. It definitely has. Base game only. Yep. We are thinking about that, Archduke. We are trying to expand the event. We're actually thinking about doing a map builders version at some point. And it looks like... I'm curious. What is Veify up to up here? Is that just more generic? Oh, I thought he was maybe doing a park. No, it's just some office zoning. I got my hopes really up there. I was like, oh, he's going to do a nice big park. Nope. He just decided, nope, this needs zoning. So, given the pacing of where everyone is right now, how would you say everyone stands? If you had to pick two top contestants right now, if we were to end the contest right now, who would be winning right now? Out of curiosity, from chat. There we go. And remember, if you do want to participate, use that register link. And welcome everyone who is popping by, tuning in, or passing through. My name is Kazjim, and we are in Season Snap, the second February qualifier, with giveaways sponsored by Paradox. There we go. You think it's Veify and Tycoonster? Legit and Kiggy. Interesting. Veify and Tycoonster. Okay. You'd say Tycoonster. Thank you for the follow there, Brute. Really means a lot. Go Veify plus Tycoonster. Plus Tycoonster. There we go. It seems like people are mostly saying that, yeah, it's still Veify and Tycoonster. Now, who would you say currently is falling more behind? Or actually, here's the more important question. Forget that last one. The question I want to pose is, has Kiggy done a good job of playing catch-up? Keep in mind, he is in a 12-minute detriment right now. Has he done a good job catching up? I think he absolutely has. There we go. What's the question? Has Kiggy85 done a good job of catching up, considering that he has at a 12-minute deficit right now? He is at a 12-minute deficit, and he will not be able to recover those 12 minutes, unfortunately, as per the rules that we have introduced. He has done a magnificent job catching up. And honestly, at this point, you really wouldn't be able to tell. You just think that he's spending a lot of time on beautification, which he is. Master Charm, we don't have a way to add extra time at this point in the contest rules. So we're going to have to do something in the future. Something that we might do is have a hard cap of we will allow you to make up to 5 minutes if you have a struggle like that. But we didn't have something like that in place before the event, so it would actually be wrong of us to go ahead and impose that during a live event. There we go. Exactly, he caught up at this point. When Kiggy goes zoning, he is up against the rest. He thought of everything. Exactly. Kiggy's going through all these details, and this is something that's interesting. We've seen a little bit of beautification from Tycoonster, and we're seeing we might see some from Veify as we get towards the end, but Kiggy is currently the only one with significant beautification and detailing in place. And keep in mind, that is its own category, so that's something that you have to keep in mind whenever we are talking about who's going to win this thing. Because he's put a lot of time into that, and he has Demand Master, so for him, zoning isn't a huge deal. Now, granted, I don't think he needs to go waiting until the last 20 minutes to zone. Because I think at that point it will definitely be a detriment. There we go. And now, next question. How do we think about Tycoonster here? Now that he's actually in the zone, so to speak, zoning, and he's gotten away from the laying out of his initial roads, it looks like he is rapidly advancing his city. Very rapidly advancing it, and I think that's actually starting to look pretty good. I'm now feeling a lot better about Too Legit. Because I said initially, if he doesn't get any zoning by like the 40 minutes left mark, I'll be worried. And honestly, at this point, I'm not worried, because he has some zoning right now. He has some zoning, and that's really what counts at this point. He is looking good, but not great. Exactly. But again, this contest, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And that's part of the fun of this contest, really. There we go. Well, if he puts it up against Speed 3, he has no problem. Right, exactly. And, and actually, I'm curious. Yeah, if he does do Speed 3, he could definitely do that. But keep in mind, Speed 3, if you leave it alone and don't look at it, could also lead to a few detriments, because at that point you could end up judging during a death wave. And at that point, your city's not going to look its best. There we go. We've got a Discord link from someone. There we go. And then DC, we will, of course, hold off on that until the time. But yeah, thank you so much for doing that legwork. There we go. Can we get a quick shout out for the moderators again? My moderators are working overtime on the back end over here. They're working some social media stuff, working on some Discord stuff, working on stuff for just working the whole event, making sure that they time keep, things like that. Our moderation team here in the Skylands community is second to none. They really are fantastic. And it looks like Kigi is now doing a lot of mass zoning up there, which is interesting because Veify is definitely winning on the amount of tiles zoned, I think. Veify is certainly winning on that. And I think what Veify is probably going to do is focus on a big central park area at this point, because he's left this big open area. And again, he wants this to be the capital, so I can see him doing something like that where you just have a lot of features. Yep, there you go. He's going to add a water feature. Guarantee it. He's going to have some features, and he's potentially going to try and maybe have some government buildings around there I can see. Things like that. I think that could be really fun, depending on what route he goes. Again, he could choose to go a different route, but that's the route that I can kind of foresee him going at this point. What's that, Vegas? Forbidden City down. Exactly. When are the meteors happening? There are your meteors from Papa Norse there. And yeah, let's look at Key. Yep, he's doing some mass zoning down there. Look at that mass zoning. Oh my goodness. So people that are in chat, are they being chatty right now? Which streamers are being chatty? I can't quite tell at this distance. But it seems like most of them are slowing down their chat a lot. And I can't tell on Too Legit, obviously, because I can't see his face. But I ain't gonna lie, but Tycoonster Cities looks most similar to actual Riga if I had to take it all into consideration. Really interesting. There we go. That looks, honestly, I kind of like what Veify is doing, but again, it's just so square. That whole city is a giant rectangle. And then Tycoonster is now working out on this. Okay, so he's no longer going with a harbor. It looks like he's going for more of a tourist thing. Interesting. And I think he said something about doing a touristy thing, but I wasn't sure what he was going to do. But it looks like he's going to just make some park features and just make it a nice little, maybe fishing spot for tourists. Yep, he's going to make it a proper park. There you go. Not that fan of grid cities. That's fair. It's that squares. There you go. It's moving quite briskly. Chat, that is. Ah, there you go. So how the streamers reacting to that is, it doesn't look like Kigi's talking as much as he was earlier. Looks like he's in the zone, and it looks like Too Legit keeps going back to do more roads, which, again, he's focusing on his strong suit, but he's got to start focusing on getting a little bit of zoning in there. Because he's got these huge open swaths. I know he wants to level them up, but again, if he doesn't get it leveled up, he's going to lose a lot of effect there. Because like, if he had that really well leveled up, then that would look so interesting. But right now, he's just kind of missing that. But again, he's working on his elementary schools, which will help with that. And I think once he plops down to high school, he'll see a lot of that stuff open up as far as the IT cluster and all that. Because I assume that's what he's going to do to get the effect he wants. Hello there, Quan. How are you? My dad actually does fishing there. Well, there you go. Grid City is good, though. But Square City is... But there you go. Well, and I don't think Veify is going to leave it as a giant rectangle. I suspect Veify is going to alter that. But again, it stays in Snap. Anything could happen. Oh, and Veify's got blimps happening. Interesting. Can we get the blimp hype in chat? I know some of my chatters will like that. That blimp hype. Oh my goodness, and the flooding. Can we get F's in chat for VFI's citizens here? Getting a nice bath against their will. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. So we got blimp hype to get people away from their flooding homes. That's fine. Oh wow, I like what he did with the airport there. That airport actually looks quite good where it is. That's a good screenshot. That's screenshot worthy right there. That was quite good. I like that. He stumbled on something right there. Yeah, but blimps, exactly. And those two blimps actually had a mid-air collision. Yeah, they did. It's interesting that blimps are the only thing in game that actually have collisions. Very interesting. And they're even just like little bumpy collisions, like, oh, bump, I'm just going to go around you now. Then Tycoonster's still working on that. Let's look back at our panels here. And we've got about a little over 31 minutes left, folks. And at the 30-minute mark, we're going to open another giveaway. So stick around. Be sure to be prepared for that. Everyone will have the opportunity to enter one ticket into the giveaway. So much water. OMG, the water. Yeah, VFI is having a traffic problem, too, it seems. Too Legit probably will not have a traffic problem. He will not have a traffic problem, I guarantee it. Traffic isn't a deciding factor right now. But, you know, it is interesting. It is interesting for us to note. And then remember, folks, chat is going to have an opportunity to help us vote. Be sure to hop into the Discord, if you aren't there already, in the Season Snap Discord, and head over there, get ready so you can vote once we take a tour of each city. And then also, our rubric that we are going to be using, we have several categories here that you need to consider. One of which, beautification. Second, detailing. Third, city size. Fourth, population. Fifth, uniqueness. So unique factors, things like, maybe, Kiki is using a lot of rocks and detailing and all that around that little pond. Maybe Tycoonster's little, tourist island strip. Maybe Too Legit's intersection. Things like that. That's what we're talking about with unique factors. And then theme if applicable. We don't really have a theme this time, but if they themselves state, hey, I wanted to create this, did they create that? So like VFI has stated, I want to create a state-like thing with a capital and surrounding towns. Do we feel like he's accomplished that? Etc., etc. There we go. Also on the island that Tycoonster is working, we have the television tower, and we also have the headquarters and national television channel. Interesting. As soon as Too Legit gets rid of the education issue, that city is going to look amazing. I agree. I do agree. And VFI is going with the colored trees. Nice. I myself don't use the colored trees enough, but honestly, I'm glad to see someone doing it. I think he's the only one to give us a nice season. So honestly, he's put this in fall. It looks like a nice fall setup. And he's definitely trying to just go with kind of macro. He's not really paying that close attention to exactly how they're lining up. He's going for the far away effect. And I think that's going to pull in his favor, for sure. There we go. All right, folks, we're going to open up the giveaway. Give me just a minute to get that open. Hop on over here, and that is not the right screen. That is also not the right screen. I need to find the right screen that I'm supposed to be in, folks. Give me a minute to find it. There are lots of different screens. Here we go. All right. So let's go ahead and do another giveaway. And this one is actually going to be a big one. We are going to give away the City Skylines full collection, folks. That's right. We're giving away a full City Skylines collection. And this is going to run for 30 minutes, folks. That is the full City Skylines collection, sponsored by Paradox. Or it's called Full Collection. I don't know what's included in it. But please enter if you want a chance to win the City Skylines full collection. There we go. Again, sponsored by Paradox. Thank you, Paradox, for sponsoring that giveaway. And these giveaways in general. There we go. And this is pulling pretty close. And again, for those tuning in, hello, I am Kazim. I am your host for today. Or just in general. I'm the host of Season Snap. And yeah, I hope you're having a good time. And let us know, whose stream are you coming over from? Or where are you coming from in general? We really want to know. And of course, we want to help get you involved. So if you have any questions, be sure to ask. Ask someone in chat if you are curious what's happening. Can't enter too many tickets. The funny thing is, I may not have enough RAM for the full collection. Well, maybe. Who knows? Type ticket to get into the getaway. What about those who have not heard of it? Who knows? There we go. Needs more RAM. Exactly. What's up, Christoph Berger? How are you doing? Haven't seen you for a bit. All right, this is looking pretty good. Veify is starting to lean into that beautification aspect, and he's starting to see what his palette is for rocks. That's very interesting. And then Kigi is really moving forward. They've got less than 30 minutes, folks. If you are a timer, if you're a timekeeper for the individual streamers, make sure they know that their 30-minute mark has passed. Paradox should give some RAM next time. There you go. Ha! That was funny. Oh, that was pretty funny. You definitely don't have enough RAM for a full collection. But elves, will you? That's the real question. And now let's see here. It looks like Tycoonster it looks like he's trying to just get some public transit hooked up. It looks like he's trying to work on the details. And I like that. He's focusing on things that will help the city function. And that's definitely going to be a point in his favor. But again, Kigi and Veify, the only ones with significant amounts of beautification and detail. Whereas Tycoonster has dipped a little bit, and Too Legit has not quite gotten there yet. But it does appear that he is going to get there. Because it looks like maybe he's opening up for a nice Central Park area there in the middle. I think that'll look really nice. Yeah, it definitely looks like he's got it zoned as a park. And he's probably just going to turn this into the focal point of the city. Because at this point, he's got to start getting something together to give us something to look at. In the future, he will. Well, there you go. Alright, Pine, not my real name, but not far off. Well, there you go. Christoph, there we go. Alright, so this is looking pretty good. Honestly, I feel like the contest has gotten really close. Whereas at first, Veify and Tycoonster kind of rocketed ahead, I feel like it's becoming a level playing field. Does anyone else kind of feel that way? Or what's the order that people would currently place these contestants, given what you're seeing them do and kind of the macro effect of how much they've done? Who are you giving this to right now, if we were to just call it right now? I think we've got 4 very strong contestants here. And again, I feel like Veify and Tycoonster with that early lead, they just ended up stalling out, and Kigi has just killed it with this comeback. Absolutely killed it. Vey plimps out, edge out everything. Well, there you go. Too Legit using Move It. Exactly. Honestly, I can't pick one at this point either. This is going to be a really rough vote, if I'm honest. It's really going to be a rough vote. You think maybe Veify? Interesting. There we go. Yeah, Too Legit using Move It, exactly. I was there in his chat whenever they were all laughing at him for wanting to use it for the first time. It was actually quite funny. Definitely funny. I think Kigi is doing a really good job of catching up. Like, if Kigi can get some convincing zoning out around him, there's a chance he could take it, with a 12-minute deficit, that would be unheard of in this contest thus far. You like Tycoonster's road layout the most? Interesting. I like Veify's concept the most, personally. They're all doing great things. They really are. And this is what makes the contest so fun and unique. Because we've got 4 people with 4 different styles that were all given maps. And a lot of them are playing kind of into their strengths and kind of not. Like, Too Legit leaned into his strengths. Whereas Veify was like, you know, I'm also going to lean into some of my strengths and do a lot of zoning, then add some details. Whereas then Tycoonster's like, I can't do a harbor. I've got to ditch this. And so he's like, okay, airport instead of seaport. Very interesting. And Kigi just going smaller this time. Absolutely going smaller. And I think going smaller is definitely going to save him. Where it actually has pretty grid parks. Interesting. And flooding. Yeah, exactly. Veify has the flooding. If you like flooding, look no further than Veify. Moderators, can we get a quick shout out for the 4 participants in chat? Go ahead and get those shout outs rolling. Because these are 4 phenomenal people. Oh, Too Legit flooding? Oh, is he flooding now too? Oh, yay! 2 are on the Floody Club now. Too Legit, welcome to the Citizen Snap Flood Club. The flooding is truth on the map? Probably. Given that lowlands around a river, definitely. There we go. And then, for some reason, the Kigi one didn't go... Oh, elves. You might want to send another one for Kigi. Not sure what happened there. It was probably being a little derpy. That's fine. And then remember, folks, if you do want to help make this event better, you can go ahead and use the panels down below, or use the tip command to go ahead and contribute to the progress of this event. All funds go towards making the event better, maybe creating prize pools, etc. There we go. Have 3 shout-outs for Kigi at once. There you go. That was pretty funny. The canal actually does flood when the... Oh, does it? Okay, so there you go. He's just playing true to the map. That's what he's doing. He's making it a very realistic play on the map. There we go. Missed the first shout-out, so we ended up with 3. Honestly, this is getting really close. And Too Legit City, as we kind of predicted, is starting to play catch-up. It really is starting to play catch-up. I'm still a little bit worried because now at this point he's going to have a super developed area, but then it's going to be small. Which again, small is fine. Small can do perfectly fine. But again, that's definitely because he builds great, big, sprawling cities, so it's going to be interesting. I don't think I've ever seen him have a city that'll be this small. Then again, he could always come back and finish it later, but for now at least, it's definitely going to be a smaller one. Definitely a first for him, I would say. Great minds think alike, Cow's wife. Exactly. I don't even like ketchup. I like ketchup. Sorry if you think I'm talking about condiments. And what is Kigi doing up here? Looks like Kigi is doing a little bit of... Looks like he's doing a little bit of lane mathematics / getting a little bit of... What is he doing? Oh, he's trying to get some farms maybe, because he was mentioning he wanted to take use of this land. Yep, he's got it marked as industry. He's going to try and use his last 20 minutes to get a convincing farm set up in. Okay, I can see that happening. And he's using the big fat factory roads from Whisperwalk. Those are definitely a fun asset. I would recommend going and checking those out sometime. They're definitely a very interesting asset. They solve a unique problem within city skylines. There we go. Mayo greater than ketchup. No! There we go. All right, folks, this is looking pretty good. Pretty darn good. And honestly, I say it's definitely anyone's prize at this point. And remember, folks, if you want to enter the giveaway for a full collection of City Skylines sponsored by Paradox, use the ticket command to get your ticket in the entry. And if you've already bought a ticket, you cannot get a second one. No one can have more than one ticket. Everyone gets a shot at getting the full collection of City Skylines. Agreed. Not with AJ and Phil. Thank you for following there, Sachu. Really means a lot. There we go. And this is... Feifai's build is looking more and more complete. Check out his trees. Look at that. That is beautiful. He's got the high school kind of jetting in there. And he's got the water feature in the middle. Now, it's a little bit... It is a little bit gridded for my taste. It's a little bit on the square side. But given the time he has left, I'm not sure he can round that out any. So he's either going to have to sit there and do some quick squiggle roads, like what we saw Taraudra do at the beginning of last season's Snap, or he's just going to have to accept that he has a very square city, which is probably going to be a little bit of a point against him. Though he is realizing his concept of having a large capital city. So I think that's also a good thing. Yo, Kazjim, you're doing a great job. But then again, you are... Well, thank you, NVA. Really means a lot. Fingers crossed. Just installed 32 gigabytes of RAM. Nice. Let's see here. Can you see everyone's population right now? Let's take a quick look. It looks like Veifai is at 53,000 for Veifai. Looks like Kigi is at 2,800. Tycoonster is at 17.6 thousand. And, wow, Too Legit has come back on that regards. 26,900 and growing. So, yeah, Tycoonster is not gaining population, which is interesting. And I think Kigi's getting close to unlocking some good population, but I don't think he's actually going for a huge amount of population here. Because he just doesn't have the time for that. Because, again, that 12-minute deficit really did affect him a lot. I'm starting to imagine what he would have done without that deficit at this point. Yep, we've got more flooding. Can we get Fs for flooding? All right, enter soon, then giveaway. No, we're not going to do an interview at this point, Maestro, because I think if I jumped in the chat right now with them, I would probably scare them. Like, I would probably give Vey and Too Legit actual heart attacks. Tycoonster would probably just dishevel himself into oblivion, and Kigi would probably cease functioning. So I'm not going to quite do that. Oh my goodness, this is looking pretty good though. Definitely looking good. Yeah, exactly, Morphus. I don't want to give everyone a heart attack yet. And it looks like Kigi is definitely laying out all those farms. Good. And he's trying to turn them all into open fields. Ooh, that's going to be a bit of a time sink doing that. Because you don't think about it, but that is such a time sink. I would have just laid out the first farm and then you just move it after that. But I think he was just moving so fast that he wasn't paying attention. So that's definitely, that cost him time that he doesn't have. I would have personally left them there. Because honestly, that's time. He doesn't have that time. Just gave Kiki a jump with one of his sound commands. Of course you did. Not going to scare participants this close to the end. Exactly. I scared them once already. Exactly. They could use the adrenaline of being scared, though. Come on, Ignis. I'm not that scary. You listen to me every day. All right. So, and it looks like Too Legit is actually going for some nice beautification here. Nice. It's good to see that coming from Too Legit. I was really afraid that he wouldn't have any time for that, but it definitely looks like he's doing that. He's using tree lines, too, which is very interesting. So a lot of people do just kind of do like what myself, Veify, Kigi, and others do, which is just kind of create little clumps of trees everywhere. But he's going for the tree line effect, which is something that you do see in a lot of cities, particularly with big public parks, because it's a nice way to section off the park. And I think that's really interesting. I personally have never done that before. I might have to steal that from him. It's a good way to whip them into action. There you go. Kaz gives heart attack to contestants. You wish Kaz News was here, don't you, Brainless? I know you wish it was here. All right, and we're really looking quite good at this point. Like, honestly, I think if Veify were to round out his city in his last 15 minutes, he would have a really good shot at just being the winner. He absolutely would. And Kigi is just, he is really killing it. Like, he could still take it. Tycoonster, again, it feels like Tycoonster used half of his energy in the first 30 minutes, is what it feels like to me. Does anyone else kind of get that idea? Too Legit with trees in his park. Exactly! We're seeing some beautification from Too Legit. Which, I mean, he does beautification, but I was scared that we wouldn't get there with the time frame he has. And he's doing the visitor center and cafe right inside there. It's a good way to enter a park. Gotta eat, right? Definitely gotta eat. And then, oh, it's definitely looking pretty strong. Let's see how Kigi is doing here. We're gonna check up here. He might not be able to develop this area as much as he wanted, given the time he has left. Because check that out. He still wants to develop this into some more farms, I think. And what's he got here? Lebe with large car park. Okay, he's trying to lean into some Move It imports here. I'm not quite sure. Oh, okay, with a little car park. Got it. He's using this as like a storefront thing, I think. So maybe he's building a satellite town out here is what he's going for. I was a little wrong about that. Not enough plopping. Slay, you killed it when you did that. Can we get a quick shout out for Slay, one of the previous contestants last week? Slay here did an excellent job last week. Oh, he's actually building an airport off of that. There we go. That is a good use of that space. I was afraid that he was going to go farms over there, and I was just like, dude, you do not have time. My friend, you do not have the time at that point. If Tycoonster would do better if he had the demands met. Yeah, I think he would, and honestly, he's getting some good overviews of his city right now, though. So, honestly, his city is starting to look really good. I'm really liking what I see, and it's nice and swervy. It's not a giant grid, and it feels complete, if that makes sense. It really does feel complete. There we go. Thank you for the shout-outs for the legendary Slay. Tycoonster most real. It is the most complete-looking city, I will give it that, but he hasn't done a whole lot of beautification in detail. He did a good job on his stadium, but past that, we haven't really seen anything from him, really. At least not on screen. He could have done it while we were focusing on someone else, but it seems like he has kind of avoided that part. But again, lean into your strengths in this competition. That's what it's about. And Too Legit is getting some good population going. He's at 27,000, and I definitely think that as far as population goes, I mean, check it out. Veify is killing it with 55,000 people almost in. Nope, 55,000 exactly in his city. That's going good. There's ballooning 33K. It wasn't 33K just now. Yeah, it's 27 that I'm looking at right now. We need to come up with a way to keep track of that stuff better. I think Tycoonster is a little bit out of ideas. Yeah, I think it's, and that I've kind of got that feeling from the last, I would say, 45 minutes with Tycoonster. I think he used all of his big ideas, and now he's trying to fill more space. And I don't know, like it's showing that he's not thinking of the original ideas that we were hoping he would. But again, he could be coming up with something good here in the last 12 and a half minutes. And folks, again, if you are interested in winning a copy of City Skylines full collection, sponsored by Paradox, be sure to use the ticket command, !ticket. We'll be giving that away in just over 10 minutes, folks. Just over 10 minutes. There we go. If you've already entered, you will not be able to enter again. There we go. Park and Island on the water. Yes. And then we've got Kiggy up there doing... He looks like he's trying to do a little bit of rail work. And VFI is doing... Again, he's focusing on the beautification. I'd like to see him round out his cities a little bit more. I really would like to see that. We're all the... well, they're all one something percent better than you. Well, there you go. Again, this is a really tight contest. Like, it started out with 2 clearly ahead of the others, but honestly, 2 Legit and Kiggy have killed it with their comebacks. Kiggy with his experience, and 2 Legit with that rock solid foundation he built. I mean, look at that. That little street corner of his that you're near right there. That is beautiful. That is really beautiful. It's active. It's full of life. That is great. And that's exactly the stuff that you want to see. And he's added a lot of the stuff to the interior of the park. He's trying to make it beautiful. He's really leaning to that beautification vibe. That is good to see. Do you do the judging on stream? Yes, Papa Norris, we do. We talk about the judging here live on stream with you folks. And because you folks are also going to help with judging. That's right, you folks will be helping with that. There we go. And if you want to help participate in the judging, go to the Discord. A link will be provided. Head on over to that Discord, and it will be a way to enter. There we go. Go ahead and pull on out. That'll be the access point. The actual vote will not open yet, obviously, because we don't know who's going to win yet. And then moderators, whenever we hit that 10-minute mark on point, you've got to make sure everyone has their 10-minute warning in place. Once it hits 10:00, that again, 10:00. If I was doing his plating now, yeah, he is. He's really playing to his strengths now. Because check it out, he's starting to build out a beautiful park, but again, it's so rectangular. He's got to do something about that. He's still got time to do it, though. He really does still have time. I would have liked to see him just draw any roads out there, and it would have been a benefit. There we go. You can vote for your favorite design by placing an emote next to the entrance name in the voting booth in the Season Snap Discord. Please only vote once. Anyone who votes for more than one person will have all their votes negated. Thanks for your participation. Thank you very much for that link there, DC. Be sure to follow DC's link if you want to vote. And again, be sure to consider your vote, because we'll be interviewing each participant at the end, and we will be having them give a quick tour of the city, because it's possible that we missed something. It's possible that we aren't seeing something that's there. So again, we want to make sure that we wait to vote until we have all the data. There we go. And thank you for the follow there. Ursadicator? I can't tell what that is. Thank you, friend, for the follow. Really means a lot. Help support the event. Again, for those just tuning in, I am Kazjim. I stream City Skylines 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. So if you are interested in that kind of stuff, you can head on over there and see some City Skylines daily. And most of these folks also stream daily, or near daily. Tycoonster streams also daily, City Skylines. 2 Legit City streams twice a week City Skylines, but he streams several other days a week, other games. VFI streams City Skylines most days. And Kiki85 several times a week will stream City Skylines. So do give them a quick shout. There we go. Season Snap. Does the viewers decide or just have influence? The viewers both decide and have influence, Supper. So basically, I will take into consideration a lot of things. So we typically have a co-host. We don't have one today, but we typically have a co-host / guest judge that will help us kind of determine voting and whatnot. And you guys will also be a third party, basically. So chat will be one vote, basically, collectively, with whatever they vote. And then the host will be another one, and the judge will be another one. So it'll, in the MB3, today will be kind of 2-ish, but I might lean towards what you folks do. It really just depends, because I'm also going to look at ratios. I'm going to make sure that people are, because obviously, like, if it's obvious that just a lot of people voted for one thing and doesn't quite look... I mean, I don't think that would happen either way. So basically, chat will have a voice. That's what I'm saying. Chat has a voice. Chat decides. There we go. Thank you for shouting out all these lovely streamers. Awesome, Els. You are awesome. Can we get some chat love for our moderators across the board? They're all doing phenomenal work today in all these different channels. A lot of them are jumping between several channels, just trying to get things done. And it looks like Kiki is... I think Kiki's fully recovered, and I actually think he's starting to overtake a little bit. Because again, I'm worried. Tycoonster hasn't done anything significant for a while. The most significant thing he did was put down the American Football Stadium, which in itself is a good thing. But again, I'm a little bit worried. I am definitely worried at this point. That's right. Love for the mods. Thank you. It is in the name. Exactly. And folks, we're going to go ahead and close that giveaway in 30 seconds, folks. We've got 30 seconds left on the giveaway. And then we will draw that winner shortly after. You must be present to make sure that you do win. There we go. All right. And remember, this giveaway is for a full collection of City Skylines, sponsored by Paradox. There we go. And now we've got, again, we're back to... Kiki is starting to look really strong. What's his population there? 3,000 something, it looks like? Yeah, it looks like he's at 3,300 roughly. Let's go ahead and just check that. Yeah, he's at like 3,300 roughly. Definitely a thing. And chat definitely saved him there because he didn't have unlimited money, but Brainless helped him out. Oh, Cuboid wins. He needs these guns. Yes, he does. What's up, Cuboid? How are you doing, my friend? Thank you all for entering, and the giveaway is now closed. The giveaway is closed. We will draw a winner here shortly once we reach the end of the time, because right now I just don't want to take my eyes off of what's happening. I really don't. So we've got a lot of excitement here on this thing. Great stuff ever. Exactly. This is all looking really good, and it really comes down to this moment. Because, yeah, you've got to have a strong opener, you've got to have a strong middle, but this is make or break. It really is. Because you've got to get something done at this point, because if not, then it's going to be very obvious that your city is kind of not quite what you wanted it to be. Unless, of course, you finish it with 5 minutes to spare, in which case, more power to you. Not sure I could do that. Do you always have giveaways, or is this a one-time thing? I cannot answer that, unfortunately, Supper. We will strive to have giveaways and such perpetually, but we for sure have giveaways. We had them last week, we have them this week, and we will also have some next week as well. There will be giveaways next week as well. So do keep tuning in for that. And actually, not even just for that. That's just a bonus. Tune in for these wonderful, wonderful builders that we're watching here. Because again, Kiki85 going... He had a 12-minute disadvantage, but he's really recovered. Like, honestly, you can't even tell. He is neck and neck at this point. He's done a lot of detail work, and he's done a lot of care into making sure that he has a lot of beautification in place. Then we got Veify, who was one of the early leaders and is still maintaining a solid lead on city size and population, and he's really created a nice looking... He's going for a state or a region with a capital in the middle. Then we've got Tycoonster doing something with some roads over here. Not quite sure what he's doing there, but I'm sure it's going to be fantastic regardless. Tycoonster streams city skylines on a near daily basis. And Too Legit City over here, building a beautiful Central Park in the middle of his city, which has rocketed up to 37,000 population almost. Goodness gracious. I need for you to post a message in Tycoonster's chat. Wait, who? Oh, Captain. There we go. Good job, by the way, Chaos for Captain. Well, thank you very much, Captain Obvious. It is a pleasure, absolute pleasure to do so. And I'm happy to do so. And if you want to show your support for that, feel free to head on over there and let me know. And again, any support that comes through the Cities and Snap channel, if you want to use the tip command over here, all of that will go towards making the event better. Whether it is building a prize pool, doing things like hosting a website for it, etc., so that we can really grow this event. And then let's just look at the 4 panel again, because we only got 3 minutes left, folks, and they're all blazing. Tycoonster is kind of relaxing, though. I feel like Tycoonster looks like he's done. Like, he's mentally looking at, like, dude, we're good. Because I don't think he wants to add anything more, because he has a functioning city. And it hugs the river nicely. I would have liked to see a little bit more satellite development, but again, honestly, he played to his strengths. And he really embraced the water. He didn't build a big harbor, but I think it's important that he actually embraced the waterfront. And I think Veify is the only one who didn't truly embrace the waterfront in this build. How do we vote? Bugnish, go to the link that you see with that guy with the tuba there. There we go. And then let's see here. We're going pretty strong here. We've got less than 3 minutes left. Make sure that they have their 3 minutes warning out, timekeepers. Their 3 minutes warning should be out and about. Oh, this is getting tight, folks. This is really tight. Like, this is looking pretty good. Place an emote next to your choice. Yes, place an emote next to your choice. But again, please reserve all judging until we actually go through and look at their cities, because we will be spending a little bit of time with each streamer after they are done and taking a quick little tour of what is happening. It looks like Veify is kind of reaching that, he's reaching that I'm done look. He really is, because he's just sitting there looking at different angles, making sure everything works. Look at that. He's got screenshot potential right there. That's beautiful. And then Kiggy and Too Legit are the ones that are really working right now. Too Legit's working on a lot of detail work, and Kiggy is trying desperately to catch up what he can with roads. And we've got less than 2 minutes left, folks. 2 minutes left. And February qualifier number 2 for cities in a snap. Again, thank you to Paradox Interactive for sponsoring some giveaways on this event for last week, this week, and next week, for sure. Really means a lot. Thank you, Paradox. And of course, everyone, thank you so much for showing up. This has been a blast. This is such a fun event, and we're only going to see it do even better things as we go. So Kiggy's got some extra zoning there. We're going to do a quick checkup on each of these folks before we end. And timekeepers, get ready with that 1 minute mark. Get ready with the 1 minute mark. Yeah, Kiggy's just desperately zoning at this point. We've got Veify sitting there and looking like he's pretty much done at that point. And Tycoonster trying to add one last little detail over here. And the 1 minute mark, folks, we've got less than a minute left. Only vote once, folks. If you vote on multiple lines, then your votes will not count. Be sure to deselect one if you've already voted multiple times. And in fact, I would encourage you to deselect in general so that we can look at it once it is all done. All right, folks. We've got 35 seconds left. And timekeepers, be ready to go here. Be ready to go. And we've got only 25 seconds left. Oh my goodness, it's getting real, folks. Like, I'm shaking here. I'm shaking. This is great. They're all doing good things. And Too Legit is the only one that has just done. He has set down his city. He's just under 40k pop. And he's just like, you know what? We are good. And Too Legit did a wonderful job recovering, considering he didn't zone until 45 minutes left. And we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All building must stop. All building must stop. And now it's time for the fun part. We get to go through and figure out who won. What we're going to do is we're going to go through each builder one by one, and they're going to give us a quick tour of things. There we go. Veify's throwing his hands up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah, let's just go top down. We're going to start with Kiggy, move on to Veify, then Tycoonster, and end with Too Legit. And so let's hop on in. Make sure that let's do this. So let's go ahead and hop into Discord over here. Let me go ahead and hop into the right one. There we go.
Good point.
All right, Kiggy. What is up?
Just saving, just to be safe.
Yeah, saving to be safe. Honestly, that is a good plan. That is a very good plan. So, how's it feeling?
10, 15 minutes down.
Yeah. You were really railing at the end there, and honestly, you really played catch up well. Like, honestly, looking at the end product, I can barely tell that you had a disadvantage. Like, honestly, you can barely tell.
Oh.
So, why don't you take us on a quick tour?
Okay, thank you. Well, still a lot unfinished, as you can see.
Right.
The idea. I mean, I was practicing and playing. Blah, 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 I can't get my words out. I built this beforehand, so you got the bus stops in the middle, but I haven't had a chance to even put the buses in with car parking spaces, which I've darted around as sort of central, sort of little hub points. And the idea was I was going to have them spread around the city with different functionality.
Right.
Down here, we've got the additional car parks, so you can pop in your department stores and so on and so forth, and it just gives a nice sort of place for them to go park and so on and so forth. But unfortunately, yeah, we didn't get a chance to finish off
Oh, so close. It's
any of
painful.
it. But filled in a lot of it with trees. Obviously, we've got the airport, which I started, but we never got around to fully finishing that off. I thought keep that away from the city, and I was going to hook that back up on here so that they've got a route from there. We did start some farming industry, but didn't get around to much.
Right.
And the dockyard. It's, yeah, just unfortunate, really. That
Right.
extra sort of 10, 15 minutes could have helped a hell of a
Oh,
lot.
I know, but I mean that's the game. That's really the game, and it's a rough game. But honestly, you did a marvelous job of playing catch up, folks. Again, this is Kiggy85, participant number 1 for the Season Snap Qualifiers number 2. So, any other parts of the city you want to showcase? I mean, you've got a lot here. You've done a lot of detail work around that little lake, I noticed.
Yeah, this park's probably the most pivotal part so far of the whole city itself. It's more of a sort of central park area in between everything. It's right next to where one of the bus stops would have been, so people can easily get there.
Right.
Nice little island cafe. So we've got a couple of gazebos, the cafe on the island,
Right.
just so that everybody can go get away, chill out.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Just relax.
And you're using those low tri-count, like high-res trees. I love those trees. Absolutely love them.
Oh yeah, got some of the willows in. You can't have a big lake and pond without the willows around the edge of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a preset set of rocks and reeds and some decals for the rocks.
Nice. I would definitely
don't
you've done a
actually
great
do
job on
that.
the beautification and details for sure.
Mm.
Like absolutely
It's
nailed
one
it.
of my strong points.
It is one of your strong points. I have learned a lot. The young grasshopper has learned a lot from you. So yeah,
I even got the fence around the bloody thing as well.
there we
We
go.
actually got a fenced off park all the way around.
Looks pretty
which
good.
some people, when I haven't done in the past, but I thought it'd be nice. And this bit here, this is the other cool bit I like. We've got a key
Right.
with a covered walkway, so they can
Ooh.
walk around, have a look out.
I might need to
whilst
steal that
they're
idea from you.
Basketball.
The master still has much to teach me.
So yeah, it's a shame I couldn't really flush it out a bit more. What's
Yeah,
this over here? I
that's
forget what
that's
this
the
is.
game,
Oh, yeah,
unfortunately,
that's
though.
Fire station.
And you definitely
yeah.
went small this
That's
time.
why we love it.
You definitely went small.
Wasn't the plan.
Right. So was your plan
It was-
actually to
it
have
was gonna be a
perhaps a
bit bigger.
bigger? Okay. So maybe not like a big
Yeah.
50,000 city, but maybe like a 10,000 or a 12 or something.
Yeah, it's sort of going for hopefully I was going to push for sort of 20 and try and get the ferry and everything and
Ah,
just have the
gotcha.
essentials in there.
That's fair.
But yeah, without that extra 10, 15 minutes, which I lost out on, probably would have made the difference between what it is now and what it could have been.
Right. And I do love that you actually did a little bit of work to you kind of set up the harbor. You never actually put it, but that opened a great harbor. Just again that 12 minutes. That 12 minutes could have gone anywhere with you, for sure.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
well, thank you very
Get the
much.
card. That's all right.
Yeah, thank you very much for participating. Yeah, I think that was like you've done marvelous, especially considering that again that was Kiggy85. And do you have any closing remarks before we move on to the next contestant?
Not really, no. Just vote for what you like, guys.
Will do. Thank you, Kiggy. And we're going to be moving on, folks, to contestant number 2, Veify. So
Really
here we are with
appreciate it.
Veify. Hey, Veify.
Hello, Kaz.
How are you doing? Hope your day is going well.
I'm glad my day is over. This was stressful.
Well, why don't you show us
loved it.
around your city?
Right, we're going to go into this view because then you can't see all the icons of saying how bad everything is.
Okay.
But
Trying
no,
to hide the
we'll
jank.
look at- well, we named it Moss Eisley in the end because it is a wretched, was it a wretch of hive and scum? I'm too tired, but you know what it is.
Wretched hive of scum and villainy. There we go.
There we go. Because we have bin issues, we have crime issues. We flooded the city at one point as well. So,
Yes,
Um,
we got a good laugh out of that. Trust me. Thank you for that.
and it's lagging. The game is lagging more than it's ever lagged. So I think even the game was stressing. But the idea I had was to have a main city and then some smaller towns, said earlier. So we had Farm Villas, we've called it here. We got Springfield because there's a nuclear power plant, and then Blimp City. And just before I take all the tags off, we did a little thing for Ever as well.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
Just to pay homage to Ever.
I'm sure he's rolling his eyes with thorns right now.
Well.
Yeah. All right. So
let's be say about that. Okay, so we have the farm area. Again, it's very quaint, very small, but yeah, it looks okay. I would have liked to have done a bit more detailing, if I'm completely honest. But 2 hours flies by so quick.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it's definitely, it taught me a lesson that, you know, if and when I take part, maybe don't go so grandiose until I get used to building things so quickly. But this, oh my god, the traffic. But this was supposed to be just like a small farm town. I'm not a fan of the European buildings, but there's nothing I can do about that. You live and learn. We did connect everywhere up with blimps.
Right.
Blimps become one of my things now. So as you can see, there's just a bucket load of them everywhere. Duff beer, not sponsored, by the way. And then as we come over here, I just wanted like a small town. I was going to have like a bit of an industry area here, with truck stops and stuff. I just never got around to it, unfortunately. We got some of the parking. We got a gas station here and things. As you can see, lots of trains going through. I think this is a gas station. It's quite a nice asset.
Yeah, it is quite a nice asset.
And then we'll get over to the main city, which I almost want to call Jank City.
Please do, for me. Please do.
It went so wrong. I mean, even though the water level now, you wouldn't believe that it took out my city when you look at these calm, tranquil waters right now. But geez.
We got a good laugh out of it, trust me.
So did I in the end. I had to. But looking at the traffic isn't that bad. We have a lot of trams going around, which is something I generally don't do. But when you've got these European style buildings, I felt like trams are a must.
Oh yeah, it just fits the theme so well.
It does, but the problem is when you look at it, they all look the same.
Right.
I think my partner made a fantastic observation when we went to Manchester, which is in the north of England. All the buildings look the same. I guess
Not
looking
wrong.
at this, it's kind of the same thing. Especially in the older cities, you get that sort of thing going on. So, but it's not so pretty on the eye, but it works. I was being adventurous here, clearly.
Right. Be nice to
You have a bit of
adventurous.
a park, some rocks, but yeah, it's not what I imagined it would be city-wise, but the competition itself, absolutely fantastic. I've learned a lot about the game. I've never played the game this way before, so just for anyone that's interested, definitely have a go. Just take part. It doesn't matter how good you are, how bad you are. Just try, because it will test you. It's a fantastic little competition.
Well, thank you very much.
No
So
problem.
do you have any closing remarks on your city before we move on and take our ideas into consideration there?
Yes, certainly. If you move in, a Kevlar jacket must.
Okay, noted.
And a life jacket as well.
Yeah, and a life jacket, yeah. I think you and Too Legit both needed life jackets at some point, so we'll go ahead and move on. And thank you very much, Vey. You've been a pleasure as always.
Cheers, bye-bye.
All right, that was Veify, and now we're on to Tycoonster. What's up, my friend?
There.
Yeah,
I
hi.
was just explaining to the people how few we got in. Like we have 3 abandoned buildings in the entire thingy. I was quite happy.
I'm pretty happy too. Like, I've been happy to see you build this way. Like, this has been fun. So, give us the tour. What do you got?
Okay, so we got a sunken highway. That's how it started. With a single point interchange right here next to the stadium. So if they come from another town, they can just get off the highway and get to the stadium. We got a bit of an industrial area over here. We got both ore industrial buildings with a bit of storage and some regular industry. We also got a stadium, a bus terminal over here with 3 bus lines. We
Right.
got a bit of a downtown office area right here with a few skyscrapers, some taller buildings throughout there.
Right.
All right. We got a huge football stadium here on the river banks.
Right. The big
And we
American
got,
football
like,
stadium.
Yeah,
Trying to appeal
that's
to the
where
American audience, right?
Yeah, why not? I thought we should. Like, that's yeah, probably half of the audience. All right. And the rest is pretty much like suburbia. I don't think we had like anything impressive. Oh, we got another cargo terminal there for our industrial, and also like the antenna for natural disasters. I also
Right.
got for it like an office building, like a command panel and a bunker in case it detects something, and
They're just
things
like,
are
well, we
bad.
can't save everyone
Okay.
else. We can sure save ourselves.
It's too late for you the rest, but we still can have a chance. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've done so far. Yeah. I forgot, and we also got like on this island that you can reach with this ferry.
Right.
So we use the ferry so we can get there. That's pretty much it. Okay, that's the tour.
Looks pretty good. You did a lot. Like you were really killing it at the beginning for sure. Like you were just entered just guns blazing at the beginning, and that was a pleasure to see you just going at it. I always a pleasure seeing you, but in that particular situation, absolutely loved it. It was so good to see. But yeah, so do you have any
Thanks.
closing thoughts on your city that you'd like to get to me, or just the audience?
Well,
things like
I
that?
like the fact that it's not like with straight roads or like way too gridded. I like the feeling of organic, natural city. Like
Right.
it's not too dense, it's not too straight. It's the right shape and size. Like
I would definitely
that's
say
what
that.
I say about this.
I would definitely say that. So what do you think of your first
Okay.
season of Snap, out of curiosity? We have about 30 seconds
The
left.
first
So.
city is in a snap. I did enjoy it a lot. I 10-hour stream, and I also like got company, got some friends to watch it with. So I was definitely a fan.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well,
Happy to compete in it.
I'm glad that you enjoyed it. We'll look forward to seeing how you stack up, and look forward to seeing you again in season Snap regardless.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. And now, folks, we're going to move on to our final contestant, Too Legit City. Let's see here. What's up, Too Legit?
Am I up?
Yeah,
Yo,
you're
what's
on.
going on, Kazjan?
Not too much. So, you know the drill by this point because you probably heard what we were doing. So just give us a tour. What do you think?
Okay, cool. Do I have to mute my mic?
No, you don't have to mute your mic. You can talk to your
Okay, cool.
audience. Yeah.
All right, so quick tour of our city. I was actually planning on naming it Dense City, just because I wanted to make it like a dense downtown district.
Right.
Of course, this was influenced by New York. If you guys know Central Park,
Right.
that's actually where we're pulling the idea from, a dense downtown near the Central Park. And eventually, it gradually, if you go down south of the Central Park, well, normally you go down this way, right, on the Google Maps.
Right.
You would get to like a shorter residential area, and that was what this was to simulate. Now the thing is that although it's inspired by it, it's not a replica. You can see there's a fat interchange in the middle, and yeah.
Right.
And of course, there's other elements around that. New York, you guys might know, it's surrounded by water. There's a lot of land space right here. I'm not kidding. I was thinking about whether or not I should move it, but when I saw the interchanges here, I mean the freeways here,
Right.
I almost had to build something.
Right.
And
You
that's
mentioned
where
that
we did
earlier.
the interchanges, yeah. It was like almost like a bait. It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
hey, I know you like building interchanges from scratch, so let me just put some freeways there for you. I'm like, okay, I fell for it.
I took the bait.
Yeah, I took the bait. I took it hard, and I don't want to say that set me back, but building this took a lot of time because of the weird spacing between these two freeways. That got me good.
That
got
was a little. I
real
saw you
good.
struggling with that because I saw you doing your usual measurements and then having to redraw.
I was like, what is this? This is short. And it threw me off really good. There was one thing that I do regret about this before I really go through this. It's As I said before, New York, tall skylines, skyscrapers. I accidentally picked up the European skins. That's why we got the European housing
Oh,
here.
right.
That was a huge rip on my part. But yeah, for the
It
tour of
still
the city,
pulled
we
off
have
well,
your-
though. It really did.
Oh yeah, I'm glad it did. To me, this feels a little bit small, but for the most part, the city is. We have this interchange right here. That's going to be the lifeblood of the city. How you flow in and out.
Right.
For the most part, you have your industry on the side, and then you have your low dense residential.
Right.
This is just to simulate the short buildings, just because the industry buildings tend to be really short compared to the skyline and the IT clusters, the high level commercials, and whatnot. And then with that, we had the freeway actually act as a barrier between the low dense to the high dense, so that you have, the tall buildings transition to the shorter.
That makes sense.
so-
I can definitely see that.
Yeah. So typically when I play, I hope I haven't clicked on my traffic button yet. Oh, okay. We got some decent traffic percentage, but I typically play for traffic flow. I'm
Right.
usually at 90%. I'm getting jebaited right now by a stop somewhere.
Oh, I bet, probably. There's probably like one
But-
stop sign that breaks it all. That's how it works.
Yeah. As long as somebody slows down and everybody else behind them slows. you're
Yeah,
gonna-
exactly. They did that Mythbusters on that, actually. So there you go. Cities captured that very well.
Oh, interesting. And then our Central Park. This is our Central Park for the most case. So we'll zoom in a little bit just to get a better idea. I like the idea of gazebos, if you guys might not be able to tell. So we use the
Right.
2 gazebo assets and the prop actually right here, because this doesn't have to be roadside. I could put these in like deeper in to give a better look. Then we try to up the vegetation so that the areas that has few walking in it has high vegetation, and then
Right.
shorter vegetation where people have, would typically walk around that.
Right.
And then, yeah, this is our New York Central Park and Staff City.
I really do like that because not enough people make good use of those gazebos and mixing them in with the vanilla pavilions, the no DLC one. Like
yeah.
that's such a good asset and it complements that so well. You really captured that vibe. And because at first I was even telling chat I was a little worried because I was like, he's got a perfect road layout, but he's got like no beautification. But then you started doing this. I'm like, okay, he's gonna do a big Central Park thing. He's got beautification in there. Good. He knows what he's
I
doing,
tried.
folks. It's fine.
We read the criteria.
There we go. Yeah. Well, awesome. So, do you have any last mentions that you want to give to chat before we move on and into the voting?
Shout outs to all the players who played last week. You guys made it look a lot easier than it is. I'm going to say this right now. I am still a nervous wreck. And yeah, guys, those of you taking part of this in the future, because I know there's going to be more events coming up, I would say you're going to be nervous. That's it, guys. That's about it.
Awesome. So, would you do it again? That's the real question.
I would, but I would take my approach on it totally different. Because I was practicing builds, and then I realized that you can't have a set build because you have to adhere to the map.
Exactly.
And not a lot of times you're going to get a map that fits your build because it might be too small, might be too big, it might be mountains, it might be islands.
Well, in this
And it
case,
comes to
super
just
flat.
really- Yeah, super flat. And I was like, I cannot zone this small space. I
Yeah.
would love to play on this map, though.
Oh yeah, it's a good map. I mean, obviously you can
regular
always
building
play
on
on this. Like, I'm fully expecting people to use this in the future. Like, it's a good map. That's why I selected it.
Just missing some oil, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it is missing some oil. It's true. Yeah, but you know what? Not every map's perfect. Every map has its quirks. But thank you so much. And yeah, we'll get to deliberating, myself and chat, and we'll start working out who won. Thank you so much, and we'll look
Thank you
forward
for
to
your
hearing
time,
from you
Mr.
soon.
Kazjun.
Anytime, and thank you again for being a wonderful participant, as always.
Thank you.
Alrighty, chat. So what do we think? What are we thinking? So in each category, who do we think won in beautification? Just in chat. Spam it if you want. Like, who do you think won in beautification side of things? I would definitely say Kiggy wins on that beautification. And honestly, I would say detail as well. I would say he definitely takes the detail category as well. I think Kiggy takes both beautification and detail. Is that something that we can agree with? We've got a few people saying Tycoonster in there. Really, Veify. Is that because of his big park in the middle? KG for beautification. So what do we think about detailing? What about attention to detail? Lots of little things. For trolling with this banner. So detailing, we're starting to think, do we think Kigi took detailing as well? Personally, for me, I think he definitely killed it in detailing. Really, I think too legit on detail. Interesting. Because always playing with roads and we're small houses, etc. Makes sense. Okay, this is where we're starting to get a little bit of split. So who do you think built the biggest city? Honestly, the biggest, I would say, easily goes to Veify. I think the biggest city is 100% Vey. Oh yeah, two just roads are top-notch, but I think the biggest city is Veify. And Vey did also have the most population as well. I think that Vey killed it in size and population, and I think Kigi killed it in beautification and detail. Now, whose build would you say is looking the most... Whose build do you think is the most complete city? Like, which one is the most complete functioning city or area? You think too legit? You got Kigi... Yeah, what pop is / shrug. Well, exactly. It's only one category. Tycoon looks more complete. I would agree. Tycoon's looks very complete. Like, Tycoon's looks like you could just put that on Google Earth and it works. With all the blimps, buses, etc. Exactly. You see a dancing Kigi. Yeah, exactly. Tycoons are definitely really realistic with the roads. We got Veify of Tycoon. Blimps and a capital city. I love the capital city idea. Now, who do you think had the coolest idea? Like, who had the best idea of the build? Who do we think had the absolute coolest build? Like, the coolest idea, rather. There we go. We got a little bit of everyone. Wow. Therefore, with the split areas and smaller towns. Right, I think that's a good one. Yeah, oh, that's really close. We're getting a lot of votes. So let's see what things are looking like. DC, do we have things sorted out in Discord yet? I mean, it's definitely looking... It's looking pretty close across the board. No one's really lagging behind, really. Almost okay. DC is tallying things up. So, folks, again, we are tallying things up. DC is tallying up what people have said in chat. We're taking into account what's been said in the Discord. We're tallying everything. And, folks, go over to the Discord if you haven't already and vote. This is your final call to vote in Cities in a Snap, qualifier number 2. Use that voting link. There we go. The pressure's on. Who is going to win? Because honestly, they all built great things in their own right. They will all 100% built great things in their own right. We had a couple people dominate different categories. I think that as best... it's really hard. It is really hard. So I think we're definitely going to look at the tally once DC has that. There we go. We're going to let it run for another minute or so. And at that point, DC will tally things up. Vote for Chasm. There you go, Stratagen. My opinion, Vesa is a bit too squared, while Tycoonster is a bit everyday. Say, right, Morphus, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. It is difficult to judge, because they're all so different. They're all so different. All so different. Yeah, those screens. Yeah, they're just having fun with it now. They're definitely thinking. All right, the voting's closed, folks. Make it 4 city into our... There you go. All right, voting is closed, folks. Love the friendly banner. There you go. DC is now tallying up what people have said in chat, what people said in Discord, etc. And DC will have a count for us in a minute. And while we're waiting for this, we'll go ahead and do our other giveaway. And the winner for the City Skylines full collection, sponsored by Paradox, is CarLover1356. Congratulations. Congratulations, CarLover. You won the City Skylines full collection, sponsored by Paradox. Thank you, Paradox, for sponsoring that giveaway. Congratulations on that. There we go. You think that was best? GG. Nice, CarLover. Yep. Message me on the back end. Message Kazjim, me, on the back end. That'll be the easiest way to make sure that I get that info. And we are waiting on the votes to tally up from DC. There we go. It's really close, folks. Because, like, I'm keeping in mind what we've seen in chat, what we see over here in the Discord, and it's close. It's really, really close. There we go. You're trying there, T-Bomb. You're trying. CarLover will be on the next month's season snap. Maybe. There you go. Storm, what's up? Verify a streamception. Yes, he does. Just all the streams in a row. What is he doing? Yeah, trying to type too fast. Exactly. The pressure's on, folks. Who wins Cities in a Snap? Oh, I'm so excited to see what the vote tally's up to be. I'm really excited. No, I'm kind of glad that I'm going into it relatively blind, too. I really am glad. You think Tycoon wins? I mean, maybe. It's really close based on the data that I saw in chat and the data that DC is correlating over from Discord. There we go. Oh, they all did amazing work, 100%. They all 100% did amazing work. They all need to be celebrated for how awesome they are. Again, the voting is closed. We're waiting on the final jurisdiction. And again, I want to thank everyone for coming out and supporting the City Skylines community in general, not just the Cities in Snap, obviously, but just supporting the community, because this is a community event. This is all about you folks. This is all about our streamers. This is all about us coming together as a community for a fun event. There we go. Greed Love 2 Legit's layout was quite good. It really was quite good. Look how functional and realistic Tycoons are. Right, and that's another thing to consider. You need to poop. I want to know who wins exactly. Captain Obvious. I do too. And I'm glad that an unbiased party is tallying up everything. Okay, copying the always original VFI banner trolling started with Vay. There you go. Where's my phone? Exactly, Captain Obvious. Exactly. Hopefully the Iowa DNC isn't tallying the votes. Oh my goodness. Let's keep politics out of that, Brewdog. We don't need politics here. Okay, so I'm trying to send a whisper on Twitch, and it just keeps loading forever, so I'm going to try to whisper the CIS channel and see if that works. Just message me on Discord, then. You should make a specific theme next time, like in New York City. We're working on developing towards some themes for it, Duper, and we will have that worked out. We're trying to adapt this, because this is the original format. There will be themes going forward, though. There will absolutely be themes. A Polynesian Cruise is making its presence known. I know, right? Let's see here. It is definitely making itself known. And let's see here. Come on. Just waiting for the votes. Just waiting. But yeah, we will have themes in the future. Kaz was going to try to give some bits, but it's not an option. Thought you should know. Yeah, it's not an affiliate yet, Papa Norse. This channel is not affiliated yet. You can use the tip if you want, but if you'd rather do bits, we unfortunately cannot at this time yet. But if you want any bits that you want to send over to the Kazjim channel, I'll just redistribute to Cities in a Snap. If you want to participate, if you want to give to Cities in a Snap. Anything that comes through my channel today, I will give to Cities in a Snap. It's not affiliated yet, no. It'll be affiliated at the end of the stream probably, though. Throws fish at Kazjim. There you go. Thank you for following there, Turtle Bomb. Oh, come on, Kaz. I want to sleep, but you're still waiting? I'm waiting for the votes to come in. I'm waiting for the votes. Because we have an unbiased party voting for everything. There we go. Thank you for the message about the giveaway. Yeah, 100. Yep. But yeah, it's not affiliated yet. Not an affiliate with 100 views exactly. Done. All right, DC, message me on the back end. You know where to send it. Give me the full tally of what the count is. Oh, hang on. It's coming in right now, folks. There we go. So it is currently a tie between two participants. It is between Too Legit City and Tycoonster. So I am here as the host, so I will be here as the tiebreaker. And that means I've got to make a quick decision here. Let me look at my notes here. I did take notes. I'll use my own personal tally. And according to my notes... According to my notes, by just 1 point on my personal votes, on my personal tally on beautification, detail, size, population, uniqueness, theme, etc., Too Legit City wins by a single point over Tycoonster. So let's go over and congratulate the man. Too Legit City, congratulations on winning. City's in a snap.
We did it! Yo, we did it! I like to thank my mom, my baby mamba, and we're going to Disney World, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah, there you go. Congratulations. You will be going on next week to face the reigning champion, J-Jam Jim. Yep. We will be also facing the previous victor, So Dream, and of course, Imperial Jedi. That is going to be quite the matchup. So are you psyched for next week?
So my nerves went down after the interview. And then it went back up. Oh, man.
The voting took a while. Chat,
just high.
It was really close. In fact, it came down to literally a single point on my tally sheet between you and Tycoonster in the end. Yeah. So, you won by a single point. So that is pretty tight.
Wow. The closest of margins.
Exactly. The closest of margins. But congratulations. How does it feel to... win? Do you feel better now? Do you feel like maybe next week you won't be quite as rattled?
It depends, man. It depends on the map. The map will dictate everything. Just because, if you guys give me a map like this, I'm just gonna build the interchange. You know what I'm saying, man? It's if you give me a map with interchanges on it, we might go into the building a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
Gotta have the interchanges, man.
Yeah, you got to. Well, of course, next week will be a surprise what map you guys are playing on. You'll know in
it's going to be Island.
Just under a week. Yeah, it'll be something that's just going to completely wreck you. No. But
man.
It'll be something that I desire that I think will be a good fit. And so, chat, thank you so much for tuning in. And Too Legit, again, thank you so much. I'll go ahead and leave you be. And we can talk later about next week and whatnot. Enjoy your victory. It's well-earned, hard-earned.
Thank you. And of course, thank you everybody that's participating in Cities and Snap and the viewers as well. Thank you for the support, you guys, and thank you for voting for me.
Mm-hmm.
Also, gotta mention, there's gonna be a giveaway since we did win, and of course, the giveaway is sponsored by Paradox. We're gonna be giving that away now, and then I'll get in contact with Kazjim. So Kazjim is gonna be the one that's gonna be able to give you the CD key.
Yep, and the key that you're going to be giving away is for the Modern City Center DLC, Too Legit. So you'll be giving that away. Yep, the Modern City Center DLC. So whoever wins that, be sure to message me their Twitch username, and I will, or their Discord username if they're in one of our shared Discords. Then we can go ahead and push that forward. But yeah, congratulations again, Too Legit.
Thank you, Kazjim.
It was a pleasure getting you in here, and I'll leave you to your giveaway and whatnot.
Thank you.
All right, folks, and that is Cities in a Snap, February qualifiers number 2. That was quite a match. We had a lot of stuff that hasn't been seen before. Veify is destroying his city. Oh my goodness. That is nuts. So Veify's just like, nope, I'm done. But anyways, so folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this is a great community event. If you want to see more of this in the future, this channel isn't affiliated yet, but any thing that goes through the Kazjim channel today will be put immediately into the Cities in a Snap for the future. That will be making the event better, putting together prize pools, etc. So if you are interested in seeing the event continue, that'll be how you do it temporarily, and we will hopefully get the channel affiliated nice and quick so that we can take care of that stuff for you here. And of course, tune in next week for the final for February, where you will see Too Legit City take on the reigning champion JJM Gym, last week's qualifier victor So Ever Dream, and Imperial Jedi. And thank you again to all of our contestants, Kiki85, Veify, Tycoonster, and of course our victor, Too Legit City, for building amazing cities for us to sit here and have fun watching here on stream. And thank you once more to Paradox Interactive for sponsoring some key giveaways last week, this week, and next week. And yes, folks, there will be more giveaways next week. Stay tuned for more info on that. Be sure to go on Twitter, go on all social media, congratulate Too Legit City. He really built his heart out, and folks, I hope everyone has a beautiful, beautiful day. In the meantime, this is Kaz Jim signing out. See ya!